from? Can you see where you're going? Do you think you're in control? Do you want to know the truth? Do you want to know the truth? Do you want to know the truth? Welcome to the Chromosome two-part cast, where we talk about genealogy, Helldivers 2, and topical news.
Are you recording now?
We are not live.
And welcome back, everybody, to the Chromosome 2 podcast.
Episode 14.
I am so far behind. So far behind
No,
on
it's
editing.
I think that where we have it now to where we make it instead of every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, that's a little more.
Getting our schedule a little more
Yeah.
hammered out.
Because I kind of needed that extra week too. And, well, when we haven't done it, we skipped. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they give us some time to, yeah.
They
I
come
was-
out when
I
they
was-
come out.
I was
Yeah,
ready the
pretty
day
much.
of. I was ready the day of.
No.
This fucking
Well,
guy.
no, but we're okay. No, I was like, no, it's okay.
You guys weren't having the greatest week. I'm just saying I was ready.
He was just balling. He's out here balling, making money, making plays, making moves, taking over the city,
Taking over Gotham.
taking over Gotham.
Okay, so.
Oh, shit.
Go back. There you go. Definitely passed.
Yeah, no, we're past the
Okay.
30 second.
So so this, what I'm gonna cover is quite a bit. So this is where we're going back in time, and this is basically where, yay, there's so much crap happening now that I have to slow it down. But we're in the final leg of our particular branch when getting away from chimpanzees. So this is the main one. Let's see here. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about too after this, and I want to ask you guys some questions because I watched the video with Tucker and Brett
Weinstein, yep.
Weinstein, and then I saw Lex Friedman with this lady talking about black holes. I thought that was really interesting.
Talking about her black hole.
No, black holes.
The Dark Star.
Okay, so last time I talked about Homininaean, and this is the subtribe of Homininaean. Now, what I notice about this, they always say hominins. They always say the one previous to that, and they're talking about the tribe of hominines.
Hominines.
So it's it's hominini. It's hominini, but they call it hominines, right?
Hominini.
And so that's the tribe of hominines. And so I'm going down to the subtribe, which is Homininaean. I don't hear anyone saying Homininaean. They always say the next one. They're including the chimpanzees basically all the time, and that's why I'm a little confused sometimes when they say that term. And for me, I have been using the older term, like I said before in the last pod. I was using hominoids, and it's like no, that's too far
terminology's
back.
changed.
Terminology. I was using the wrong one. I should have been using Homininaeans. What I should have been using is more precise to our last leg of our last living relative, which is the chimpanzees, basically. And so I'm going to start from them. And so I talked about them last podcast, but I'll talk a little bit here and then move on to. This is basically going from the subtribe all the way to the next one would be. Where is it? Come on, there it is. And that'd be the next one would be the genus Homo. Okay, so from subtribe to genus, there's a lot going on. So there's so much that I can only do half of it right now. There's so much of it. And so if you look at the picture there's Homininaean. And so I'm gonna just go through 3 generations. I call it 3 generations. So the ones in the center, those are the 2 ones in Greece and the other ones in Chad. The last phase is the footprints in Greece, the Mediterranean evaporating, and the Ororoan. That guy is in Kenya, right? So those are 3 generations that I'm going to talk about on this one. Now we go back. Okay. Here we are. Okay, there we are. So Hominidae, this is around 7.4 million BC. It is a subtribe of Hominidae, and they're in Africa. Bipedalism, that's the main thing that we look at as far as like what makes us humans and what makes us different. The first, it's not our brain. The brain is also included, but it's actually because we are bipedal. That's the main reason. So again, we talked about both chimpanzees and humans have a larynx that repositions during the first 2 years of life, and that's a spot between the pharynx and the lungs, and that basically indicates that the common ancestor we have had this feature. And so for us, it basically turned into language, ooh, ee, ah, like a thing. And for chimpanzees, yeah, exactly. Let's see here. A precondition for vocalizing speech in humans. Now, speciation may have begun around shortly after 10 million years. So sometime before, about 3 million years, there definitely was some breeding in between the apes. The great apes are around mixing with each other, and eventually you get a hybrid, and that's us, our lineage, basically. It's around 10 million years ago. And then that mixture continued to around maybe 5 million years ago. So we're right in between that phase, between 10 and 5, where there's definitely crossbreeding with each other, and eventually get into where we come out. Our line comes out of that line. So from Hominidae to the first species, or the first person, I call him a person, I guess, that we find, and it's the Grecopithecus Freybergi, right? I'm not pronouncing it right. So what that means, so from Hominidae to El Greco, let's call him El Greco. That's what they actually call him. We're talking about 225,000 years from that split from chimpanzees. Then it's us, and then the chimpanzees. 225,000 years later, they find Grecopithecus Freybergi, right? Now, Greco, because it's found in Greece, so they call him El Greco. Pithecus means ape. So basically it says El Greco, the ape. That's what that means. Now, Freybergi is actually the scientist who found him. That's his last name. He's a German Maximilian. I think it was Maximilian, his first name. He's the guy who found these parts in Greece, right?
That's a crazy name.
Yeah, I think the first name is Maximilian. So so El Greco takes place at 7.1, 7.2 million BC. It's in Europe. And remember, I think it was podcast 3 and 5. We talked about how those two kids were saying that.
Mm-hmm. Those two kids that said that I shouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. That I know what the hell I was talking about. So this goes back to that, actually. And so this is what they were talking about. Mm-hmm. And so this takes place in Europe, current area of Greece, El Greco the ape. Now, if this classification is correct, El Greco would be the oldest known representative of human lineage after the human-chimpanzee split. Now, in the 19th century terminology, the missing link, we talked about that before, between humans and non-human primates, well, that particular phrase really is in the trash now. That's long gone now, because this kind of like, there's a lot of debate on either Greco is either chimpanzee or human. But again, the only parts they find was the front of his face and the top of his mouth and some of the so there's no leg bones, there's no arm bones, just his teeth. They found pieces of him, El Greco, his species or of peoples basically, were found in Bulgaria and in Greece. But first in Greece, and they found some that matched him, and that's from the teeth. They could tell that there was so because of the Y cup and the way the Y cup, the cut in the teeth, they tell, and this is the human lineage basically. But as far as it being, it's very, very. There's still debate. They're arguing it's either before the split or after the split. They're not even decided on that. And another thing to decide too is that we don't think that I don't think either that we descend from Greco. There could be a brother lineage. They always say sister. No. I'm using brother. They're a brother lineage to us, maybe. That's what they're saying also. So where's it? Okay, humans. Okay, the species was found to be some 200,000 years older than the oldest known hominid found in Africa, which is Sahelanthropithecus, him, right? Not necessarily ancestral to the human lineage. Sahelanthropus chatatus, I'm saying he's right. That's one found in Chad. The study concludes the dental root attributes of Grecopithecus suggest hominine affinities, which means the teeth match what looks like ours. Shows that the hominid status cannot be excluded. So it can't be, again, it can't be excluded that it's definitely, those are our teeth. So it can't be excluded, but where does it fit? No one knows. No one really knows. Now, this status is confirmed by additional fossils evidence. Grecopithecus would be the oldest known hominid and then the oldest known crown hominine. More fossils are needed, but at this point, it seems likely that the Eastern Mediterranean needs to be considered as just as likely a place of hominine diversification of hominine origins as tropical Africa. So the idea that the Rift Valley on East Africa is considered kind of the cradle of where humans first started forming, and then they spread out to the entire world. You have to include Greece now. You have to include the Mediterranean, Greece, the Levant, and the Great Rift Valley. You have to include that also. What's happening is that around this time, the Earth is getting cooler, and when it gets cooler, it gets drier. That's what happens. And so that's Grecopithecus. Now, El Greco basically there is no evidence of his foot bones, his hand bones, nothing, just his teeth, upper, what do you call it? Plate? Upper plate, upper palate, and front face. That's all they have of him. But because of the teeth, shows that he's related to us, or we descend from him somehow, some way. But they don't know. They don't think directly. Now that's El Greco. Now then we're going to move on to the next one. 200,000 years later is when you have Sahelanthropus chadensis, right? Now this is what that means. This 200,000 years later, we find Chad, or we find Tomai. That's what we're calling him, right? This is at 6.9 to around 7 million years BC in Africa. Currently area of Chad. His name is Tomai. And in the local population, the local language, it means hope of life. So his name is Tomai. And then his whole idea, Sahelanthropus means the Sahel man from Chad. That's what that means. Now, Tomai is the only one found of his kind. He's the only one found.
Wow.
So what's crazy is that he's the only evidence of that lineage or person. And then what if there's other ones we haven't found yet?
Or he could just be a genetic anomaly.
Yes, definitely a hybrid or something's going on there too. Now, Tomai is right within the split between Hominian, chimps, and humans, right? In that we don't know if he's, again, before or after, but he definitely, there's a lot of fog in what's going on in this particular point. But he definitely, we know they can not carbonate, but they basically, they use not carbon dating, but they use some other way of figuring.
Relative dating?
Yeah, relative dating basically show that, I forgot what the guy called it, but it's not carbon. They use something else to actually date because it's a fossil. So you can't, it's not a bone. It's a bone replaced by minerals, becomes a fossil, a shape of a bone. So they have to test the ground near it, the same level.
I think that's relative dating.
Right, relative dating.
My geology escapes me right now.
Now, this is based on, now this is the part I found confusing. This is based on DNA of the two and could be ancestral. Now, that right there, this is based on DNA of the two and could be ancestral. I don't understand that. How the hell are they using DNA for this? That part I don't understand.
Yeah, that'd be a little hard if
It's fossils.
Yeah.
So I don't know where this comes from. Now, there was one scientist back in the day that said that they believed that the human and chimp lineage split around 7 million years ago. And that was a scientist just throwing it out there. And sure enough, he was right. Like, holy crap, he's right. It sounds just about right. And the DNA, now probably to the DNA, by comparing DNA from us to chimps, that's probably what they're coming up with. Because when I did DNA with mine, they can actually put a mutation rate and put a timetable to it, and they can actually see how old. And that's why I'm able to tell you that me and my cousin, my 13th cousin, have a similar grandfather, same grandfather, going back to 1523 in the Kingdom of England, right?
Damn.
And that's because they put a mutation rate on the Y chromosome.
Now, going off the DNA, that's probably what they're doing. They're figuring out the DNA is showing between us and chimps that right about here is where we split. And I was like, holy crap. So it's getting to where, yes, they can almost confirm it. Let's see here. The DNA clock predicted this. That's what it is basically. So around this time also in the world, North America, prairies expand. So it's getting colder and getting drier. And big trees start to go away and grasslands form in North America, basically. And that's happening in Africa. It's happening in Asia. It's happening everywhere, right? And that's Sahelanthropus. And now the thing about Sahelanthropus, again, all there is teeth. There's a skull they found that was scattered over, I don't know how many feet. They found, well, these are bones. These are fossil bones. I don't know how they can tell. They grabbed them all together, they put it together, and they made a puzzle. I'm like, holy crap, look at that. It's a skull. So that's the only evidence they have of Sahelanthropus, of Tomai, is this skull part. No legs, no feet, no hands, just the skull. And judging on the teeth, they say he's related to us. That's how I think that's how they link it to us, right? Now we're going to move on. 500,000 years later, 500,000 years later, the Messian salinity crisis. The Mediterranean starts to dry up. That's when this happens, 500,000 years later. And this is at 6.5, 6.4 million BC, Mediterranean Sea. Now, this is what happens. Now, at this time, the Mediterranean starts to evaporate. Now, what's happening is that the tectonic plates are moving, and where Africa is kind of bumping into Europe, basically, right? And so the only persons that exist is El Greco and Tomai. Those two people are the only ones. One's in the Greece area, and the other was in the Chad area. And then the Mediterranean starts to evaporate. Now, what's happening is that on the western side of the Mediterranean, where Gibraltar meets Morocco, basically it's about 8 or 9 miles across, that the tectonic plate starts to push up the western side of the Mediterranean. And what ends up happening is that the water that's going, the seawater that's going between the Mediterranean and to the Atlantic gets shallower and shallower and shallower and cuts it off completely. So at this point, after Tomai, 500,000 years later, this happens, right? It starts to, over that time, and eventually what ends up happening is that the Mediterranean is cut off from the Atlantic. Now, the Mediterranean is a gigantic sea. The Black Sea feeds it. Now, the Mediterranean Sea is seawater. And there's plenty of rivers that come from Africa, that come from the Levant, that come from the Black Sea, that come from Europe, that pour fresh water into the Mediterranean. But it's evaporating so fast that it's not putting enough water there. Because again, it's getting drier, it's getting cooler, right? There's less rain, I guess, and it's just getting cooler. So that water evaporates and the salinity content increases. The more it loses water, the more salty it becomes. Now, can life exist around the Dead Sea? In Israel and Jordan, yeah, there's some life around that thing, but
Streamophiles.
Exactly. So this entire area becomes badlands, I think. You can't get across it. You can't eat anything. You could probably, but I think there's more, because that fresh water is still coming in, there's still going to be life on those fresh water that coming into the Mediterranean that's evaporating, but all the ground is salted. So how can anything grow? So either it becomes a desert or it becomes a badlands. I have no idea. That's the part where it becomes a barrier between, you would think they would be able to get across, but it becomes a barrier. You're talking, God, how many months is it going to take to cross from, like, say, Texas to Canada? Like,
Without proper food storage or rations,
and the fresh
you ain't
water.
gonna make that.
Right. So I think it becomes a barrier. No one's really talking. I was kind of wondering about that too. So, but there's still bodies of water in the Mediterranean that are being fed by fresh water coming from the continents. And that is when, now, 400,000 years of the Mediterranean evaporating, then you have the next person, Aurorin Tagenensis. That's the next one coming up. And he comes up around 6.1 million BC or 6.09 million BC is when Orion comes around. Again, this is in Africa. Now, this is in Kenya. This is further down to the south and to the east. Current area of Kenya. And what Aurorin Tagenensis, I can't even say it, means original man of Tugen Hills. That's what that means.
Only one individual has been found. Again, another one person. Now, this only one individual was found of this particular species of ancient human, is based on 13 fossils. 13 pieces of fossil that were bone, and that's what tells the story. That's it. Now, this is where it gets really cool because this guy, there's fragments of his teeth which match. Okay, yeah, he's definitely probably one of us. There's no palate, no lower jaw, just chunks of the teeth that were left over. And then they found a leg bone, right? And the leg bone said it all right there. He was definitely bipedal.
Okay.
And okay, now, but when you look at a leg bone,
We're talking femur, like
the leg bone that attaches to your hip
Yep,
bone.
femur.
Okay, so the femur, upper femur. So that leg bone, it might femur bone. Am I wrong?
yeah,
My
biggest
bad.
bone in the body, femur.
So the femur has a ball, neck, and shaft, right?
Ball
Now-
and socket, joint to the hip. Yep.
Right. And then they can see that piece, those three pieces they found, told the entire story that this guy was bipedal. And not only that, because if you look at chimps, when you look at their, what do you call it? The bone that holds the two legs. God dang it.
The hip bone,
The pelvis bone, right? Now, chimpanzees, it's like, is there anything in here? It's like this because they're walking on all fours and it's leaned this way.
Okay.
But anyone who's bipedal, it becomes a cup.
Okay.
And it supports the
So
body
the
weight.
bowl faces upwards,
Upwards
instead of sideways.
like a chimpanzee. That's what ends up happening. Now, what happens also if a chimpanzee's like this, the leg bones are straight down, like a dog and a cat, right? And what happens is that when it starts to go upwards like a bowl, the leg bones go a V shape. And so that particular bone showed that angle. And who's that guy? He looks like our DM, Minuteman.
Oh, Mini Man.
Okay, Mini Man. He does really good videos, and he actually has jewelry of that bone. He makes a jewelry. He made a ring of Tomai, and he made a leg bone of Auroran.
That's cool.
That's really cool. But I would like to have those. I would like to buy because those are our ancestors. Now, the thing about Auroran, there is no doubt, 100%, we descend from him.
Okay.
No doubt, because of that leg bone. That leg bone is so precise to our leg bone that even the ones that come later, like Ardipithecus and Australopithecus, they're not close to that. He is. So that's when we get to that point. That's like, okay, I don't know how does this connect? I have no idea. But they're learning from the leg bones. Now, the leg bone thing was crazy because there was so much information there. It was like I was falling asleep because of how fucking boring it was. But it was like, no, I want to learn this. I want to learn this. That leg bone, that piece, told the entire story of this guy. And again, he's the only individual, and it's just 13 fossils they found this guy. And those are the three, and that's the one there. There's the very top. You see the Grecopithecus on the right. You see Sahelanthropus Tomai on the left. And then you see down, it goes down to Auroran. I'm going to say Auroran is in Kenya. That goes down from Sahelanthropus, goes down to him, Auroran. And then there's the Macian salinity crisis. That's when the Mediterranean starts to evaporate. Now, on the other one, below Greco, is the footprints. Now, this is where it is fucking cool. Okay, that's all about the Tujin Hills guy, Auroran. 50,000 years later, footprints appear on Crete, which is in Greece too. And this is called Traxylos footprints, if I say that right. And this takes place at 6.05 to 6.04 million BC in Europe. And that's why I put it under Greco, because I think his ancestors. Now, again, now we got footprints, right? We have no samples of Sahelanthropus, Greco, or Orion of any foot bones, foot bones. So we can't see what their footprint looks like. We have no idea. The only evidence is that the footprint they found in the Greek island, right? So this is in Europe, current area of Greece, which is on Crete Island. Now, if you don't know what Crete is, that long island. Now, what's kind of what I knew about it, Crete too was interesting for me because I was airborne. was that the Germans, the Nazis were the first ones to use airborne assault, like airborne drop in to take a territory. The first time in history was used on Crete. The Germans did that back in World War II. So just to kind of show that's what Crete.
Oh, this reminds me of Battlefield 5. I think I actually been on that map. Yeah. Crete.
Oh, there's a Crete map on that? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking badass.
At least that's what that's the way that it looks. Kind of reminds me of it. I think it is.
Nine.
I think it was British versus the Germans on that map.
Yep. And that's when, yeah. And then the Germans used airborne to take. That was the first time ever in history, in human history.
What are they called? The Fallschirmjäger?
Yeah, they got some fancy word to their.
Just to put a bow on this derail here, you
Go
can
ahead.
pay extra for Battlefield 5 to get a man on the cover.
Okay. Now, 50 footprints were measured. So they found. So okay, I forget the scientist's name. The scientist who found them was just out walking around,
Just walk around.
and he goes, "Holy shit! What the hell is that?"
Oh, that's kind of cool looking.
So what he always does, no matter where he goes on vacation, he was on vacation. He
He
found
brings his little archaeology brush.
yes, and he has a camera and he has a GPS thingy to tell him exactly where he's at. So he goes back to it,
How could a story like that?
and
where-
fucking crazy. So 50 footprints were found. So 50 footprints were measured to range from 5.3 to 8.8 inches long. So basically, there were like small little prints or longer prints, and there's
Oh,
about
God.
50 of them. What?
I just looked up his name. I'm not trying to pronounce that.
Who?
It's like Gerard. I think I'm saying it wrong.
The guy who found the footprints?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're.
Yeah.
Oh, badass.
It'd be like Gerard Jerlinski.
Yes, I think it's him.
Yeah, I think I'm saying that name wrong, but
I ain't
like,
trying that. Nope.
if you try to say this, you're fucked. Drosky did his whiskey.
Okay, so the footprints, they found 50 sets of footprints going from 3.7 to 8.8 inches long, and determined to be orientated in a southwest direction. They could see that the footprints were going from south to west on the western part of Crete Island. And I was like, where was he going? Really? I was like, this is like evidence. They find his little footprints, and he's hitting, and
He was just a lucky son of a bitch.
he's just walking along.
He's just lucky.
He's
That's
just
all he
walking,
is.
yeah, and he's like, "Where's he going?" That's when they said that. What was cool is they said the direction. He's going in a south to west direction. I was like, "Where the fuck is he going?"
You got to think of the odds of that too. Is like that he would leave imprints in the
Yes.
mud, and that the perfect conditions would happen to preserve those footprints.
It gets more.
Yeah.
Check this out.
Dude,
Okay.
like sometimes you just want to go on a walk. Just sometimes, man.
Okay, so there, where is it here? There are clear pressure indexes, resembling that of a modern human Homo sapien plangurid structure. Now, what that means, plangurid structure means, you know how if you look at a dog's pata, there's the pata. That's the Spanish. You look at a dog's foot, paw, they're on their toes. They're
And they got that weird little thumb thing up
yes.
on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Their elbow. Looks like an elbow. No, that's their heel. Right. So dogs walk on their tippy toes. Cats walk on their tippy toes. Right. We walk on our we're like.
Depending if you
bear.
walk incorrectly, yeah, you can
Yes.
walk on your heels, but
Yeah. You walk on your heels. You walk normally like this. That's what they said. This person was walking heel to toe. They could tell.
that's poor. That's going to cause all kinds of problems, man. You walk on the balls of your feet.
Yes. Okay.
You should.
Okay. Now this is or what shit? I don't want to lose a spot. There are clear, pressure indexes resembling that of a modern Homo sapien plangurid structure. Now, when you talk about that, there's also horses. Horses walk on their finger.
On their middle fingers?
Yes.
Really?
If you look at a horse and you look at their hooves is a big fucking nail that eventually they had little finger. I don't know, maybe, and eventually
Fused
became
together.
it became one big finger. That's how they walk.
I don't want to think about this.
And those
It's
So
just
they-
like, I'm getting
they
like
got cloves.
Hooves, yes,
it's
hooves.
hooves, not close.
So,
pigs.
though, I remember when I was in the ROTC
Goats.
in high school, they said when you run, don't run on your fucking heels. I go, huh?
Yeah.
You run on your balls of your feet, and I was like, oh my god, I actually ran.
Wow,
a
this
little,
is so much easier.
I ran a little faster. Like I run like a dog or a cat. just running, and it's like, holy shit! Actually, so that's what they noticed, that they could see that it was actually doing an imprint of a modern human, basically. Where is it? Right here. Okay, back to the footprints.
They didn't have coaches back then. I can tell you that much.
God dang it! Where are the indexes? Okay, here we go. The researchers also determined that the presence of 5 digits in the imprints, classifying the track maker as pandadactylo and lacking claws. So basically, you can see that this person had toes. They could see toes. Toes. As there was no visible evidence of forelimbs, like knuckle dragging from the tracks, the track maker was identified as bipedal. Boom.
Boom.
There it is.
Boom diggity.
And so this is 6 million BC. Now, through DNA printing and laser scanning, there are impressions. There were impressions found which indicated ball region and pulling up of the motion of the foot. And a halax or a halax, which is the big toe. That's some fancy word for toe. Big toe. The small possible gaps between the first and other digit impressions means that there was spacing in between the toes. They could see that, right? Poorly preserved prints lacked these gaps, however, but what is it here? The lateral digit, the pinky toe, impressions became progressively smaller, so that the digital region as a whole was strongly asymmetrical. So I think that they could see that there was a print of a pinky toe, but it was there, not there. They could see that too. The impression of the halax at the big toe has a narrow neck and bulbous asymmetrical digital pad. They saw that too, and indicating that the tracks were antaxononic, which means that inner digit stronger. What that means, basically, you look at your hand. What finger sticks out the most? Middle finger. The middle finger, right? Like this?
Oh, you mean the furthest, yeah.
So that's what that means. So what they noticed too, that the footprint, like when you put our foot down, our toe is the one in front, right? Now, back then, it wasn't. The toe was back further, and it was the second toe of your foot, whatever, was the more dominant one.
You talking about a Greek toe?
Like, yeah.
I know the term.
So this particular footprint had that Greek toe, had that the second foot toe was longer than the toe. That's what they noticed. So the toe was getting bigger over time, but they still had the walking ability like a human. It says here, morphometric analysis showed that the footprints had to have outlines that were distinct from modern non-hominoid primates and resembled those of hominins. So it resembled ours, but different, definitely. Now, while younger than fossil records, hominins such as Sahelanthropus tomai, found in Chad and outdated other several million years ago, the discovery potentially changed the. Okay, so basically saying here, because they found these footprints in Crete, it said basically that Africa is not the only place where hominins formed. That they could have also, like I said before, they're including the eastern Mediterranean, Levant, the Rift Valley, all the way down to Africa. That it has to be included also as a possibility for the origins of man, basically. The print morphology suggests that the track maker could be a basal member of the clade hominini, as Crete is some distance outside the known geographical range of pre-Pleistocene hominins. Researchers say that these are also a possibility that they represent a here to other unknown late Miocene primate that conversely evolves human-like foot anatomy. Okay, so let's see here. So okay, they're saying they have no idea who these footprints are done by, and so what I'm saying, the only person in the area that could have possibly have done it was Greco. So Greco, again, because of these footprints, they have evidence of the footprints, what they look like. But there's no way to tell who did it, because the only ones in existence at that time was Tomai in Chad, Greco in Greece, and Auroran in Kenya. Those are the only three that existed at that time that could have done it. Now, They're saying it could be another hominian that walked just like us, but this one it walked, but it was pretty close to what we. But who has the best bones evidence? The guy from Kenya.
What?
I know me.
Oh,
I have the best bone evidence.
I thought it was the guy in Chad.
well, none of these. The Auroran guy out of Kenya has the leg bone that they said it was like just like our bone, right?
I thought you were talking about the Chad dude when you were talking about the femur, but it's the Kenyan guy.
It's a Kenyan guy. But the thing is, of all three of those specimens or humans, that pre-humans or persons that existed, there's no evidence of their feet. There's no bone. There's no fossils of their
No
feet.
feet pics.
No feet pics.
All right, I get you now. I'm following.
There's no feet pics of those sexy men. So the only evidence is the island in Crete. That's the only one. So I'm thinking I would say if I'm gonna guess, I'm gonna give a 1 in 3 chance of winning. I'm gonna say it was Greco. Greco did it. That's what I'm saying. But again, what are y'all looking at? Looking at porn? You guys looking at feet?
He's trying to. He's
Stop
trying to
looking
show
at
me Crete feet. He's showing me the Crete
Are you
feet.
showing the picture?
Yeah,
No.
man.
Okay, this is what happened. This is what happened at location. Shortly after the research about the footprints was published, 8 prints were chiseled out of the rock and stolen.
Jesus.
And so, according to the newspaper Proto-Thema, the culprit was a high school teacher who was later arrested by Crete authorities at Kistili Shana, whatever that place is from. The prints were later found at his house and on the farm. So, like, that guy had an old, maybe he was a footman.
He was a footman.
Okay. All right.
A man of culture.
Because those got to be the oldest imprints of feet. And if you're a footman, maybe that's what it was.
I mean, that's not the weirdest thing we heard today. But you said you like older men, so
Yeah, that was right before we started recording. He did say he liked
I
older
don't know what
men.
you guys talking about.
it's like
So that's dude. This you can smoke already?
I was checking the time.
Pacing ourselves.
Okay, so this I'm gonna stop right there.
Okay.
How long have I been yapping?
That would be almost 40 minutes.
See,
So that's why
I know why you broke it up now. I
it's
understand.
too much because I don't think this is boring. This
Oh,
is,
no, I've
this
been
is-
no.
because this is it, dude. This is where we started, and now you got foot picks.
Fuck yeah. We got feet pics.
I wonder what was that teacher thinking? Was he like he chiseled them out? He's gonna take it home. He's like, oh yeah, I got the oldest foot picks in the world.
God.
And so now this entire span of time, when I started with Hamanayan to the foot picks, I'm gonna go with the foot picks. We're talking about 1,375,000 years.
That's
From
that
Hamamanayan
is probably the
to the foot-
oldest feet picks ever.
That is the oldest feet picks. There's other ones they found later in Africa. I'll cover those later.
Okay.
But the minute the Mediterranean is drying up, there's people walking around, people leaving footprints behind, and crazy shit. So that's pretty badass. I'm gonna cover after the foot picks. I'm gonna go over. Oh, the next one would be Ardipithecus.
Ardipithecus.
Now, when you start hearing, okay, a little bit to side tangent, Ardipithecus ramidus, that's what they call him, right? Now you have to understand too, is like why do they give him these names? They give him names for certain reasons, but when you have Ardipithecus ramidus, what that means is that Ardipithecus was first, and then later is ramidus and Hamana and Hamana. Although other ones come later, but the first one is Ardipithecus, and that one is about 5.7, and then later on, who's the next one? Kadaba. That one happens 120,000 years later. So whenever you hear sapien or say Homo sapien, Homo came first, and then all sapien came later, Neanderthalis came later, and all that kind of stuff. So when you see the two names, right?
Homo always comes first.
Yes, but that means that it, like, for example, when I've told you about Grecopithecus came first, but he's the only one that's there. They found, because again, all these three, this is one person, one person, and yeah, man, I'm just fucking blown away by it. I'm blown away by the foot pics. I'm
Blown away by the foot pics.
yeah. I never put that together until you guys started saying it. I was like,
that was
oh my
funny.
god, these are the ultimate foot pics ever. The
New
ultimate.
fetish unlocked.
Yeah, new foot fetish. So this is at 6.05, 6.04 million BC. We're gonna stop there, and the next one we're gonna advance 280,000 years later. We're gonna go into Ardi. They call him Ardi. He's out of Ethiopia. So yeah. So, you have any questions? Did you show him the foot pics?
Yeah, I did.
He did, and I almost vomited.
No.
He literally just typed in creep
But
feet.
that guy.
I did.
That's a
word for word, creep feet.
That is a medical disease or something.
Now you know that they have that they have a fence around it, so people will just leave
I
it
don't want
alone.
to go to Crete. I don't want to see that. Ugh.
I want to go. I want to go and see that.
But fucking nasty feet, dude.
But the pictures, I found of the 3D scans and all that stuff were like really cool because you can actually see the big toe. You can see the foot, and it's just amazing how.
So
Holy shit, dude!
We can glean that much information from
Yes,
some dude just
that's
fucking
what-
walking around looking
that-
for a spot to piss.
That's fucking crazy. And then remember the leg bone part too, like just that ball, neck, and shaft. They can tell you, this guy was this or that. This guy, whatever the hell. And then the footprints. And that's what I'm saying. These fucking nerds that do the scientists that do this.
Nick. Sure.
Grow up.
You're the one that was
But it's,
doing.
no,
shut
it's,
up,
I just
all right.
think it's just really
Yeah.
fucking badass.
So
Go ahead.
here's my question, right? So you know, in museums, like you can't touch the dioramas, or not dioramas, but like
The exhibits.
the
Yeah.
exhibits and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I know why they have the fence up, to prevent like erosion from like other people like touching it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can they stop a drone? So you get in
Yeah,
in
probably.
really close.
You could fly over and do that.
and then like get a really good picture of it.
Oh yeah, you could definitely do that
So
probably too.
like, do you get fined for that?
No,
or-
for stuff like that, that's like photography. Majority of the time is non-destructive,
yeah.
depending on what kind of photography. So there's a billion different ways you can take a photo of a thing without destroying it or degrading it. Or anything
I think
like
actually this is the first time that the actual location shows evidence of how do you say your footprint. I'm saying like your electrical footprint or your financial footprint.
Your carbon footprint.
Your carbon footprint, like this is the carbon footprint. But this
communist.
is the actual. But this is the actual time. Like there's actual like evidence of that, and the other ones are bones and fossils. Like they actually, what they do with the bones or the fossils is they take them to a museum and they study them and they put them away and they come back later. They go over them like years later. But this is actual like first location. Now this one beats the other one in Africa, I think, by 3 million years. So and again, it opens the idea that we're from Africa before that, but we're wandering back and forth between the two. Were you gonna say?
Well, what I was gonna say is like in the future, what'd be cool is if we could come up with a technology that could like dredge through tar pits without actually destroying them or causing any degradation to the tar pit itself. So that way we can pull the stuff up that's sitting in the bottom of those.
Preserved.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
be tough though. But
Exactly, like the futuristic technology here. But if
The other thing that I was thinking about too was like, did these guys have like consciousness? Did they have?
well, if you aspire to the gradient of consciousness that I do,
Yeah.
then I'd say yes, they probably had some level of consciousness.
Like a dog?
No, I'd say probably a little bit higher than a dog,
Then like a child.
maybe. I don't.
That's
know.
what I was thinking it when I was watching.
It's hard to tell from a footprint how intelligent.
Yeah,
something is.
no, that's true.
Well,
but
yeah.
but that's what makes us is bipedalism.
is it? Are we talking about like Ogren type of level of like consciousness?
I don't-
Neanderthal or
No, Neanderthals were straight up. They had 23 pair like us. We
well,
did too.
before that, like on the gradient, like
Because at this time, they had 24 pair. The 24 pair of chromosomes. They still had that.
just to explain my gradient idea here a little bit
Yeah,
further.
go
So a fly, I would put that on like the bottom end, like insects, where it's like really like survival instinct based, like reacting to stimuli, no deeper
Yeah.
functions that we can glean based off that. And then further along, you get like say a dog, like a mammal or something like that, where
A poodle's really smart.
Exactly.
Poodles are really
You
smart.
start seeing more signs of intelligence, like remembering faces, smells, stuff like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
And then going further along, I would say chimpanzees, and then us, clear at the other end of it, the most intelligent thing we know of.
So
Or most conscious thing we can, like, only because we are that thing can we determine that, yes, we have the highest consciousness. Not to say that there isn't something else that has a higher consciousness than us. There could be.
well, they definitely recognize that, because they look at chimpanzees, they think that these guys recognize themselves in still water.
Oh, the reflection test thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Like, there are some dogs that are able to recognize their own reflections too. So put that on the scale.
that was when I listened to Brent Weinstein with Tucker. I was thinking that too. It's like, did these guys have consciousness? Did these guys, because they did, because of their structure of their body, they talked. There's no doubt in my mind that
they had some kind of communication.
communication, because there's no evidence. Now there's the possible evidence they're using rocks and sticks, but there's no evidence of that. But because when I was talking about it earlier, the previous stages of our lineage, basically, that cultures might have been created, but there's no real evidence of that yet. And so they're definitely in a Stone Age. They're definitely in the pre Stone Age. They're using rocks, but again, none of these bones are showing evidence of like being killed or anything like that. So there's it just died. There's no burials. Maybe there was, but it doesn't look like it. There's no evidence
What's
of that.
that red stuff you're talking about?
Red oak doesn't.
yeah,
Red oak doesn't come till
red oak.
way
Okay.
later. But that's been used for 500,000 years, even before that. That's going to be a cool one. I get into that one. But I just sat there just thinking about it. Just like, man, did these fuckers have fucking consciousness? Did they?
I think short answer, yes.
Yeah.
Long
I don't know.
answer, somewhere in that gradient between, I'd say, chimpanzees and us.
I'm just curious. That is like, I could drive myself mad just thinking about it. Like, damn.
Look, I guess the only reason why I brought up the whole Ogren thing is because they have they have like the same level of I guess I want to say consciousness. I don't think that's the correct term for it, as like a fourth grader or like a little kid or something like that. Because the Ogrens are from 40K. I should specify that.
Yeah, no,
They're abhumans, but they're not intelligent. They just know that that's a big thing over there that I could go beat up.
They use
And
weapons
just
too.
Yeah, they use like anything that they could get their hands on as weapons. An Ogren can take on a Space Marine just easily and just
Yeah,
break through
I
the
remember
Ceramite armor.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
Big bad
and
motherfucker.
apparently, they're immune to the corruption of chaos.
Oh, they're too dumb.
Yeah, they're too dumb.
Uncorruptible.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, they're immune to it. But if their friends get corrupted, they're like, "Hey, come over here. Come to this side. It's a lot cooler." And then they become chaos spawn and all that type
Without
of stuff.
being corrupted, yeah.
Yeah.
Before I want to ask you guys, so watching Brent talking to Tucker, right, he said, did a God make a cosmos, or did the cosmos make a God?
It could argue that they're the same, or one and the same. I didn't think about that during our earlier discussion, but
Yeah.
Remember I told you about the what was I called? It something brain. What was it called?
fucking gestalt consciousness or
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote it down.
A hive mind, essentially, basically.
No, not hive mind. So
That's what it just all
the
consciousness
bolts.
is.
No. The Boltzmann brains.
that.
That.
That's what I meant.
So the Boltzmann brains remain a serious thorn in the side of physicists. Their theories point to their existence. So like into the woo. I'm not exactly woo shit.
Well, when I hear this, the Boltzmann brain, that's what
Boltzmann brain.
Boltzmann brain.
Yeah.
When I hear that, I immediately the first reference I ever got of that was from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This is a bit of a spoiler for
Yes.
people who haven't seen it, but
Like
his dad,
Yeah.
fucking Star Killer. Is it Star Killer? Am I thinking of the wrong? Am I thinking of Star
Ego.
Wars?
Oh, okay. It's Star Lord.
Star Lord, that guy.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I was getting
his dad being Ego,
mixed up.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, Ego.
Yeah.
Because the story goes that he was just a brain in space, and then he started to learn how to manipulate matter.
Oh, shit. Okay.
From just thinking, and I don't follow that. I don't see how that could be a thorn in the side of physicists, because I don't understand the evidence of like, oh, there's a consciousness that
Okay.
just exists, therefore it can manipulate matter.
that tells. This is my okay. I could be. This is just my opinion. This is my opinion.
but I think the cosmic God, law of the cosmos, that whatever that is, existed before time and space. And so when Brett Weinstein said, "What came first?" I am leaning towards that law or God existed before time and space, and that's where it's going, and that these Boltzmann brains developed about 1 billion years after the Big Bang, because all the elements that exist today were around 1 billion years after the Big Bang. And this is like when the galaxy was being formed.
So, this is not helping me to a degree because it's based off of Stellaris. But
careful, you're reading
yeah,
the AI.
I know. But it said Gestalt consciousness in the context of Stellaris refers to a type of empire structure where the individual entities, e.g., leaders, scientists, are not independent but rather integrated into a single unified conscious. This shared consciousness results in all members of the empire, including the ruler and subordinates, having the same personality and traits.
That's a hive mind.
Yeah. That doesn't help getting into like the real nitty gritty of the thing. Because I'm looking into the AI and everything, just like reading what it gave me, and I was like, okay, this is good. This is not just a hive mind. And then I read it, I was like, God damn it, this is not helping me.
Ask it about the Boltzmann brain. Let's see what it thinks about the Boltzmann brain. That would be cool. Because that was the question I wanted to ask. Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys. Like, I gave my opinion on what I think happened. Yeah, I tell you, sorry. Yeah, what was yours?
Oh, just the Guardians of the Galaxy version of it, where it's just a floating brain that somehow doesn't respond to or doesn't apply the laws of normal physics of decay of organic matter.
Yeah.
Somehow it breaks free of those rules, and somehow also is able to manipulate matter just with thought, which
that's kind of hard.
With our base set.
It'll be like the
Understanding.
brains from
With our base
Futurama.
Understanding right now does not make sense
Yeah.
unless somehow humans have a latent psychic ability that we just haven't tapped into. You get into all that remote viewing shit that I'm not 100% sold on.
No, it's real. I told you that.
I understand that
Yeah.
to an extent it is real, because there are people who believe they can do it, and there are instances where that's helped find people, I guess, but
You're a skeptic.
I'm
that's
pretty skeptical
totally
to it.
healthy with that. That's healthy.
That might just be because I'm cut off to whatever psychic abilities there are. I'm a null, I'm a blank, whatever, but
If you were a null, we would feel uncomfortable around you. You know that, right? That's how that works in 40K. You have like so much negative aura that everybody wants to fucking kill you.
be an empath detecting a negative aura.
That's why the Sister Silence exists in the Warhammer 40K universe, is because they are all blanks. They're all nulls.
Perfect woman.
Okay.
She got a nice body. They got nice bodies too.
They do, yes, but no. It's like
Platinum blonde.
If you're a psyker, right? You have like psychic abilities and all that type of shit. If a blank's near you, you can't use your abilities. Yeah, essentially
It saps your psychic.
Well, it cuts your connection off to the warp. That's basically all it does.
Oh wow. So what's your?
So I looked it up, and the AI didn't give me anything. He just gave me the wiki article too.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to admit it's a consciousness yet. The AI.
Yeah, I know
I
exactly.
can't answer this one.
Apparently,
Can't answer the Overlord.
Apparently, there's like these things underneath it. China brain. That's one of them. That's the thing.
I got China brain.
And then reducio ad absurdum.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
This is what the fucking article says right here.
What?
Let's just
The
get to my
wiki article.
Helldiver segment here, all right,
Your
guys?
Helldiver
I know what
segment.
you guys are here to see. It's my Helldiver segment.
Okay, fuck off.
I wanted to ask you. No, I think that was the one I wanted to ask you. Like, what you guys? So you're thinking that?
I don't think without already breaking some fundamental rules of physics, you can't entertain. I think you can entertain the idea, but just you have to suspend disbelief for a bit and say, yeah, there's some organic brain that can exist in the vacuum of space.
No, I'm saying like did the God come before? Did the cosmos create God, or did God create cosmos?
You get into the chicken before the egg thing, and then I can destroy that argument pretty easy. Is like, well, what came before both of them?
Exactly.
The thing
That's the reason
the
why
chicken evolved from. So
Yes,
that's an easy answer right there. But then you go into like, okay, well, where did that thing come from?
right. It's a repeating. That's why
a brine pool. If you want to get down to the fucking.
that's the reason why I
primordial
think that if they keep saying yeah, what came first? Then who created that? Then who created that? Then who created that? Then that's where I say that the law existed before time and space.
Yeah. Or they could be one and the same, where
Yes.
they both can't exist.
Yeah, but we
without
just
each
don't
other.
know. Yeah, we were just. What's your opinion on
I'm
that?
not smart enough. Well,
I like Dr.
I
Pepper.
mean, the only examples I got is, stuff from like Warhammer 40K with the Chaos Gods, minus Slanesh, because she got murdered, fucked into existence.
In the 40K, yeah.
Yeah.
But
in
so,
the 40K.
but of all the 40K stuff you're using, is who is the oldest thing, being?
It would be the
Well,
Chaos Gods.
the argument there would be that they existed outside of time.
Yeah, that's the thing. They existed outside
Or
of
they,
time and
they
space.
exist outside of time. They can
Oh,
own-
I didn't know that. So
Yeah,
you're
th-
saying
this-
that
this is-
Warhammer?
So the thing is like you got fantasy and you got 40K. Fantasy, they existed,
Before.
like
Yeah.
they just existed. That's basically it for
And then in
fantasy.
40K, all but Slanesh existed before.
Yes. Wow. And the
See,
thi-
even they're saying that.
yeah, and when it comes to the three specifically, Corns, Zinch or Zinech or whatever the fuck you pronounce it, and Nurgle,
The Trinity?
they were basically
Sacrilegious.
sacrilegious, but they existed in the Immaterium before the Immaterium became Immaterium, which is the realm of souls, yada yada yada, horse shit.
They existed before that.
Yeah, they
Okay.
existed before it became.
But then,
its
but
own
those
reality,
when
I
you
would
talk
say.
about those three chaos gods, right?
Yes.
To me, that's the Boltzmann brains.
I guess
see what-
that could work. It makes sense.
Because okay,
I guess if it didn't need
All
a
the-
physical manifestation.
yeah, because I like that. I use real stuff, and you guys use games and
well, he
to explain. No, because it kind of like, wait a minute, yeah, okay, no, it kind of opens my mind to it because I'm telling you, the Boltzmann brain, it bothers physicists because
It bothers me because it bothers physicists.
yes, that exactly.
I don't
so,
think they should pay it any mind, but that's just me.
now, if you look closely into the lore of 40K, the war in heaven between
what
the old ones, the Crocs, the Eldar.
It's after the universe is created. That's later.
Well, yeah, listen. Between the old ones, the Croc, the Eldar, versus the Necrontyr and the Catan, all that shit that happened right there, all that psychic energy, forced the Immaterium to become the Immaterium, essentially. I don't know. The Ayaterra didn't happen just yet, but
the Elder did that, right?
yeah, they murder
yeah.
fucked Slanesh, and then they made the Ayaterra. But the Chaos Gods didn't have much influence or a way to influence the material world or material universe until the War in Heaven happened. When
That kind of breached the barrier.
Yeah, when the old ones began to die off during the war, that's when it got to just ridiculous levels of chaos spawn, demons, and all this type of stuff, kind of just slowly trying to break down the barrier and going straight into the Materium. So now, when you're talking about like, did God come before Cosmos or the Cosmos come before God? I'm not too sure on that. I have just those examples.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about like, for example, like Christianity, Judaism, and we're talking about
Abrahamic faith.
any of the Abrahamic faiths, those are man-made gods.
Okay, so let's put a pause on that real quick.
Yeah.
So because this is the other thing that I wanted to bring up with you guys too was we're talking about parallel universes, right? Mm-hmm. And how I think that doesn't make any sense to me because
Well, you said multiverse, but that works too.
well, yeah, that's what I
get-
meant.
I get what you're saying, yeah.
That's what with multiverse, parallel universes, same thing. To me, it is.
You have to have a multiverse to have a parallel universe. If that's how I make sense of it. Like multiverse implies multiple universes, and
Yes.
in order to have a parallel universe,
Same thing.
that means a separate universe there. So parallel in tandem, two different.
Yeah,
two
lines.
lines,
More. There's more than that.
parallel. So for something to be
Parallel universes to multi universes.
Yeah, if in order for something to be parallel, there has to be two different.
Yes,
distinct
okay.
things. So that's why a parallel universe would mean a
Only two.
multiverse. Even if there's only two, that would mean multiple.
Yes. So I'm using the wrong term.
No, I'm just saying they One implies just two,
Ah, okay.
or it can.
Multi-universes means many.
Parallel means two similar next to each other.
Yes,
So
okay.
if you're talking about referencing one that veers off completely different direction, it's not parallel.
Okay.
But both of them would fit under multiverse.
Okay, so that category of that, what that means, like to me, that doesn't make any sense. And the reason why it doesn't make any sense to me, because it makes us like we're the center of the cosmos. It's like, no, we're not. So in our view, in our observation, yes, we are. We're in a center. We are
Center of the universe.
center of the universe because of the deep space, Webb telescope, Hubble. Yes, it shows that we're in the center of this particular viewpoint, right?
From our frame of reference.
From our favorite reference. So I can see that. But the idea that this whole idea of multiple, parallel, whatever that category is, to me, that's just making it more complex. That doesn't make any sense to me because I don't know what the reason is behind that. I don't know what evidence they have of that or anything, or theoretical.
I think it's all theoretical. There's not really a way we can prove that there's another
Right.
universe.
But I'm saying, when you start saying that, oh, I moved in this universe, I kept a cup there, but another universe is such over here, or another parallel, multiple, whatever you want to say, it's somewhere else, or it's not even here at all. So that just makes us to where we just create another universe on the spot. So that just makes the answer more complex, and it's like that doesn't make any sense to me. It's supposed to be simple. So when it comes to that category that we described earlier, I ignore that because I know what it is, but I don't take that as real. That's just fairy tale. That's theory. That's hypothesis. That's what that is. Complete pull out of your ass. So when they talk about gods, that God created the universe, that's another category in that same boat where it's a human-made God or a human understanding of God. Now, I'm not going to say my understanding is higher. No, I'm saying I think there is a cosmic law, God, whatever you want to call it, that's there before everything, and that when you let things go, yin and yang, it is the way it is.
Deterministic.
It is a determined timeline. And now, when you think about too, like you said earlier, we're a three-dimensional.
Well, thinking back on it, I think we are four-dimensional
Yes.
because of time.
Now,
If
how do you
think of time as a
map that
dimension.
out? Right? How do you map that out?
Okay, so from video editing, I can give you a clear example of that.
Yeah.
So you've got what's on screen, and you can go up, down, left, right,
Yeah.
and then okay, this might be a bad example for that, but imagine there's three dimensions. Like it's a 3D modeling video recording software, whatever. I can move stuff in three-dimensional space,
Yeah.
but because
X, Y, and Z.
yeah, exactly. But because the still image, that would be just 3 dimensions, still images. But if I wanted to show movement, then you introduce time because then there's frames of here, it's here in this frame, but because time is another dimension, it can move
Yeah.
between those different spots in time. So
let me-
that's why I would argue we're 4-dimensional creatures. But it's just the multiverse thing is like explaining, like we can't explain to a 1-dimensional creature. Or
Yeah.
I guess argue.
I get that point. Yeah.
Yeah, a 2-dimensional creature arguing to a 1-dimensional creature that no, you can move instead of moving in a straight line back and forth, you can move other directions as well. A 2-dimensional creature trying to explain that to a 1-dimensional creature, 1-dimensional creature is never going to get. 2-dimensional creature won't be able to comprehend a 3rd-dimensional space as well. It'll just be like, no, I can only move in these 2 planes on this flat surface.
Right. Okay. So this
2
is
directions on this flat surface.
so a 4th-dimensional creature or a 4th-dimensional entity, whatever, explained to us to our 3rd-dimensional, is that the part we can't comprehend is movement through time. So that's the 4th dimension.
potentially, if you're counting time as the
As the
next
4th
dimension.
dimension, yes. So
There
that
are
means that
other models where it's like, no, time is not the 4th dimension. There's like another way to bend it, and
Okay.
we just can't comprehend it because we're not 4th
So
dimensional
that's the
creatures.
next
so we can't
one.
see that one.
Yeah, we can't.
And I'd
I
argue
won't say
that
comprehend it, but
I'd say that to your multiverse theory, where it's like we're never going to be able to know for
We don't know.
sure whether there's alternate universes, but even if there was, there'd be no
Yeah.
way to explain it.
there's
to us
no
because,
or to prove it either.
or yeah, to,
so
for
this,
us to
this
comprehend it on that level.
This is how I'm going to try to explain a 3-dimensional world to a 2-dimensional world, right? So we know that the Earth is round. It's a sphere. That's 3-dimensional.
Allegedly.
We know the world is a sphere, 3-dimensional, but we represent it as a map, 2-dimensional. So we understand that we're kind of cheating ourselves from a globe
It's
to a
easy-
map.
It's easier to represent it
Right.
there because not everybody on that same level is able to comprehend 3-dimensional space.
Yes.
Exactly.
Some people,
Especially when you're thinking like plane flights across, it's kind of like, why you go straight across?
that,
No.
and then that they have to
Right,
adjust
you know?
proportions,
Yeah.
adjusting proportions for the map, so that way it makes
Yes.
more sense to pilots.
And that's why
if you actually think that, you're a fucking moron.
I know. And that's the big thing when you see Alaska. Alaska's a huge. No, Alaska's, not that big.
It's just blown up on the map because you have to change it.
So you
to
understand that
two-dimensional
part
space.
from a 3-dimensional
Yeah.
to a 2-dimensional. Now, when it comes to space outside the source is 3-dimensional. But for us, it's a sphere also, where we're in the center and it's a sphere. But the time dilation, that's the 4th dimension. That's time. Well, let's say you live beyond that. Let's say you live beyond that, right? So the idea of how do you map 4 dimensions on a map? So the idea is when you think of 3-dimensional, you think of the x and y, x, y, and z axis, right? It's a cross. It's a
Yeah.
thingy, whatever it is, back and front, up and down. And you can pick out a point, it's X this, Y this, and Z that, right? That's where it's at, right? Now, the idea for time is flat surface for 3-dimensional.
Stop.
You brought up Alaska, and I just remember this.
What the fuck even is that?
It's
You've
a rat.
seen salmonella.
Shout
So,
out.
so the idea is basically is like this is 3-dimensional, right? And the observer is in the center, right? And time is a cone.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's how you map 4 dimensions, right? That's the idea.
I think I've seen the representation you're going for.
So
right
yeah,
now.
so I think that's how the visually what I saw is that is this in this plane of time, we're here, and space is here, but the 4th dimension of time is a cone, not another X Y Z axis. It's a cone, and you move through that cone. You only go only one direction.
Okay.
So that's the only way you can to kind of. How do you get a
Big Bang.
how do you get a globe, right, and put it on the map? Well, how do you get 4 dimensions and put it on 3 dimensions? And that's how you can describe it. So like there's the 3 big ones, the ones we know of, time, space, the 3-dimensional that we know, but the 4th one is time. And we don't have any control or understanding of that because it only goes in one direction. So that's like that's the stuff I was thinking about. I was like, oh, damn, how the hell do you comprehend this? That's like I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's pretty.
It doesn't.
pretty
The
badass.
biggest thing here is it doesn't matter if we comprehend it; it's that we can observe that it's
Yes,
a
yeah,
thing that happens.
Now black holes.
Exactly. Yep. I was just about to go.
Okay, so black holes are fucking weird, dude. Because from what, forget the guy's. I always forget. Terrible with names.
Lex
Jeez.
Friedman.
Lex Friedman with the talking to the lady about
Oh,
black
yeah,
holes.
Jana Levin.
You saw it?
Levin?
You found it?
Yeah, I
He
found
looked
it.
it
Yeah.
up.
Awesome, badass. So, and when they were talking, she was the one that showed the diagram of the 4-dimension time. I was
Okay.
like, whoa, okay, let me try to comprehend that, basically, right? So she was saying basically that a black hole are identical, gigantic or big, whatever it is. The only difference between a super, super, super gigantic black hole to a, let's say, normal sized black hole, if there's such a thing of that, is that it would be less obvious that you've crossed the event horizon in a giant black hole. That's the only difference. And that way, if you were looking back, that you would see there's a you've seen Interstellar, right?
Yeah.
And when he goes into the black hole, and you see the reverse black hole going, it's the stars all going away, and so that was really. I was watching that and I was like, holy crap! So just the idea that the singularity from the event horizon. The event horizon is not solid piece. It's
It's just an
space.
inescapable point.
Yeah,
of when
at that
light can't
particular,
leave it.
that's it. It's done. You can't do anything to get out of that. And so once you pass that fog line wherever it's at, you just appear there, and you basically over time evaporate. You just
To an outside observer, it would just you would
Yes.
slowly redshift until there was
There's
no
no
trace
more-
of you
no
left.
trace.
Yeah,
left,
so
right, yeah.
speaking about that scene from that movie, from Interstellar, in Stellaris, they made a new way to become a crisis, but it's not the normal way of like murdering a shit ton of people, although there is a lot of murdering a shit ton of people, but in a different way. It's called cosmogenesis.
Oh, it's where you wipe out
Yeah.
everything and then start a new universe. Yeah,
Basically.
damn.
yeah, that's a crazy crisis right there.
Yeah.
It's like this universe sucks. We're gonna wipe it.
that's not possible. That's too big.
In a video game, anything.
Anything
Yeah,
is
that's true.
possible.
Yeah. You're,
And by the way, the only reason why I looked up this is because I remember Salmonella calling Alaska the pregnant rat of the Aleutians. So that's why I looked it up.
you can put that picture up.
Yeah, I'll have to now.
Those things I want to talk about because those recently watching those two, I'm just like, I'm glad I got this free time to fucking do this stupid shit to like really
To ponder the great questions instead of having to walk 10 miles to the
dude.
nearest clean river.
Everything I do, to me, this podcast is priority. I'm sorry, but yeah, I gotta make money. Yeah, this and that,
It's a
whatever.
passion project,
I
yeah.
gotta shower. You know.
Ugh, child.
Oh God,
I
but
got
no,
wipe. Oh.
I have But this is
I gotta
like
take a shit.
this kind
Shit's
of
bad.
this kind of shit is the stuff. Like this is a priority to me. This is my number one priority. Now I'll do other things to make this happen. That's kind of the idea. But I like thinking about these things because, like that dude, I don't think you realize how fucking long that I was just staring at that. I was just staring at that.
Pondering.
I'll put this picture to show what what's this fucking dumbass looking at? That I'm like, this is what we know. And then when Tucker's talking like, well, we don't know. Yes, we do know.
To be fair, he's seen the inside of how like the media from top down lies to people. He even he sold one of those lies with the Iraq War, and he's since then regretted and fucking hated that he's done that. Like since he disavows all of that.
Damn.
But because he did that, because he lived in that world, he's now skeptical to authoritative, like especially the science community now with the whole fucking the whole clot shot thing that was going on.
The what?
You got to use speaking term or coded terms still because they're still the scamdemic, that whole shebang.
Oh yeah.
That woke a lot of people up, and it made people a lot more skeptical of the medical community, the science community, everything.
And a lot of bridges were burned, probably.
Yeah. And it sucks because that is going to genuinely set us back. But at the same time, we needed this kind of cleansing. Otherwise, it was just going to get worse.
Yeah.
We need this distrust of authority, like inherent distrust of authority to come back. Question authority.
Yeah, because you're just because
don't trust, verify.
You verify. You go. That's the reason why. Like I do when I do my research, I think about it. If it doesn't make sense to me, I look into it more. I was like, nah, this is bullshit. I don't buy it. Like there's the whole thing about finding stuff under the pyramids. Like I'm totally done with that.
Like, what happened with the Hunter Biden's laptop now? What is going on the other side of the planet that you're trying to there's something going on here, guys. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, just distract you and shit. That's what it's for.
So
I don't know. I don't know, dude.
It was all after Mr. Beast rented out the place too. So who's to say that he didn't rent it out and then hire a construction crew and then do a whole fucking thing built under the pyramid? No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think I'm done yapping. I think I've talked too much.
I'm done schizo posting.
My schizo's thing.
I want to say something right quick. So, it does have to do with Kanye, but I'm not going to talk about what happened. I'm not going to talk about his songs or whatever.
No, God
but
damn
you
it.
know how he's kind of just going through the motions right now, I would say.
I don't know anything about him.
Don't think that's
And that's not the correct term for it, but I don't know why. But this particular account, remember Clown World?
I sure do.
I don't know why.
There's like 3 different ones.
I'm aware, but this particular one keeps posting fucking Britney Spears doing like the stupidest fucking shit. And I'm like, I know she's fucking crazy, but why is she trying to be relevant?
She got MK Ultra.
That's the whole point, dude. Why
That's
is
all she knows.
Because they feel that they're old.
No, it's
And
from
they're
the
becoming
time she was young.
irrelevant.
From
Yeah.
the time she was young, she's been abused. She's been put in the spotlight.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And I tie it into that. I don't think the Britney Spears that they made toxic back in the day is the same Britney Spears that we have now. I think horrible things have been done to that woman.
But come on, dude. We know. I know women.
Okay.
I know some women too.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, it's attention, attention, attention. And
It could be she's reacting to those stimuli, yeah. But I don't think she knows on the back end what's going on.
I think
she's
not all
too.
there.
Yeah, I think she's
Her
abused.
dad held her in a conservatorship and made her do concerts, and
That's
like,
messed up. That's gonna mess you up.
that's insane.
Well, when she shaved her head and come after paparazzi, I remember when I was paying
That
attention
was
to
the
that
first
shit,
sign
I didn't
there. It's
care,
like,
but
hey,
yeah.
maybe
No, I don't
these
care.
people who are like introduced to fame way too young.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
That's a serious problem.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Because they don't know they don't. Well, just think about that, man. Like the people that I'm meeting now are like, yeah, this is a bigger world than you realize. Like, there's a lot of stuff
The
going
internet
down.
has changed things.
Yeah.
for good or for worse, we don't know.
I think net positive, but definitely a trade-offs, double-edged sword.
No,
Because that's the
there-
reason
yeah.
why. That's the reason why I focus on this old shit, because this is like very simple, and I'm just going through the what's next, and when does it get shitty? You know, way later on. But that's why I like focusing on this old stuff. I like talking about like black holes and everything like that, the universe and everything, and because that's just, to me, that's simpler to talk about that than all the crap than this Kanye and the crap
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys talking about. I was like, oh
But
my god.
Back to that though, I
What?
think you see Britney Spears, and that's like 99% brain melted, and then we got Kanye, where it's like only like maybe 60 to 70% brain melted, and he's still kind of in there.
Dude, what? I don't get
He,
why.
okay, the therapist or whatever was taking advantage of him. He was also Canadian intelligence, and basically
Oh,
was
God,
telling him
this is
this is
okay.
real verifiable stuff.
Really?
So yes, I'm not doing like hearsay shit. Maybe I'm getting some of the
Wow.
quotes and some of the shit. Like I'm not doing it verbatim, but this
Yeah.
is what I remember. Is that he was sending him texts saying like, "Hey, you better fucking play ball, or we're gonna get you so fucking hopped up on drugs, and we're gonna stick you in the loony bin, and you're not gonna know up from down anymore." Like basically, he was being threatened like that, and he broke free before he got institutionalized or whatever.
Oh my god.
And now he's just so off the rocker that they're trying to say, look, he's the crazy guy on the corner saying the end is near. That's all the media is trying to say to dismiss him. But he's
Yeah.
saying, no, I'm not going away. You guys took away my bank account,
My
took
family.
away my children, and you could argue that that's half of they took away his children because of the way
Thought
he
he
was
was
acting.
American.
But yes, he is.
What's this Canadian thing?
Okay, that was his handler. Was a Canadian intelligence.
CSIS.
What?
CSIS.
What is that?
That's the reverse, like CIA.
Oh, maybe.
That's what
I
they're
don't know.
CSIS.
Their
It's called
equivalent of
CSIS.
Is there a
intelligence.
version of that?
That's their version. That's their version of CSIS. Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
weird.
And he also has a lot of animosity towards the Jewish community because he was dealt a shit hand from his music label record,
Yeah.
whatever, and from
He's an evil
his
person.
perspective, everybody in that
Yeah.
industry happens to be of the same religious persuasion.
Well, but
That's
those
his,
particular, like, not because of their background, but that particular person is a piece of shit, and then they take advantage of these musicians. That's the truth, and that's the reason why a lot of them do their own promotions. Like,
I
you
will
know,
argue, yeah, there is definitely corruption, but I don't ascribe it to a group of people
no.
specifically.
It's
But
just that person's a piece of shit.
yeah.
Oh, I also have another thing to say.
Oh.
And B, remember B?
Yeah.
Yeah. He actually agrees with a comment you made in one of our other videos when I mentioned it.
B is the non-racist.
No, the racist.
Oh, the racist.
the
Okay,
racist.
I don't mean that. I'm just joking.
Okay,
but,
yeah.
oh, what did B?
Hey,
What
but
did
he's,
B?
he's cool with it. He doesn't care.
Okay, good. What did B say again? What's he agree with? Or what's
So, do you remember in one of the episodes you said the Jewish people are not the chosen one?
oh,
They
come
were-
on.
No,
Yeah, we
let's-
gotta bring that up again.
yeah. You said the us Americans, we're the chosen ones, right?
Yeah, we are.
He agrees with it, and I was like, damn,
You're
okay.
goddamn right.
No, I agree with that.
Well, you both agree on it, so I just
No,
want to
we're
let you
the
know.
chosen. Well, come on. Look at our position. Look at the money they steal from us and our taxes and give it away to bullshit. All the millions of dollars are lost. Yeah, we're
Who is they though?
Yeah, who's they, bro?
the government, the
Okay.
the
That was-
U.S. aid.
That was a
USA, yeah.
Kanye reference there.
Oh,
He went
there
on
we go.
Timcast, and then he stormed off because there was like a whole "Who was they though?" And then yeah,
I'm leaving. I'm gonna go get a smoke. I'm gonna get a cigarette actually.
okay. Well, he's smoking out there for us.
No,
no.
stop smoking.
These are fucking shorts. I couldn't get the regular.
You could have get hundreds. You got the
Yeah.
short bus.
I got the short bus.
All right, so going on to black holes. I'm going to start way back with Hell Never News because I don't really remember much.
I got a fifth.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
obligatory piss taken.
Okay. All right. So, last time we had to do like the reverse gravity generator. That major order failed, right? There you go. That major order failed, but we were successful in stopping the meridian singularity, holding it in place. But the reverse gravity generator had a bit of a explosion type incident. So we're gonna move on from that. But something very interesting is the major order after that we had to defend 4 planets from the Predator strain from the Terminids, which is the bugs. And we had to defend some other planets from the Incineration Core, which is the bots. And we failed that major order because we weren't able to hold Corel. That was the only planet that was out of that major order that we weren't able to hold. And now, this new major order pops around. This is beginning from the last time we were supposed to record, never did, to now. We actually had to do a bit of a tug of war between both bugs and bots. We had to it wasn't either. We had to take more ground than the enemy did. So imagine you see like this little graphic or whatever, and you got this big ass line, and down straight in the middle, you got green, which is us, and you got red, which is the bad guys. And in the middle, it's 0. We were kind of having issues at the beginning of it. It was a 5-day major order, and we were having issues. They were pulling here. We were trying to tug them back and all that. And we managed to get like maybe 1 planet, and then another planet would go under because we didn't send the DSS there. We didn't have enough people there, whatever. But at one point in time, we actually did manage to pull 2 victories seemingly out of nowhere. And it was good. We were sitting at a +2, and we were like, yeah, this is big chilling. We're about like 3 days, about either 2 days into the major order or about 3 days. I don't really remember. But that's when Joel's like, yeah, fuck you guys, and started fucking doing invasions. So we lost 2 planets, and we were back down to 0. Which, by the way, we did fail that major order. I should let you know that.
And every time you brief, I'm getting the impression that Super Earth is losing ground.
Yes.
On average.
Currently,
At this point in time, especially with how low the player counts are, 50K, I mean, sometimes it's not much to scoff at depending on the genre of the game or whatever.
Wow, 50,000.
But for a live service game like this, it is very hard to get those people. And I think...
Yeah, just look at Concord.
that game was supposed to be live service, and it was shut down.
It was
within-
dog water.
It was like a week before they pulled the plug on all the servers.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because there's no numbers? There's nobody playing?
Nobody was playing it.
It's like it was 4 million or how much?
I'm not too sure.
It was a money pit. They sunk so much fucking money into this IP, and it did not produce the numbers Sony wanted.
Hey, guys.
That's not happening to Helldiver.
Oh, no.
is it?
No.
Not
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Well, hopefully.
Not yet.
It almost happened when they required you to sign up with
yeah,
PSN.
that, yeah.
They lost a good chunk of their PC players, and they're like, oh.
But they've never reached their high peak number, right? Because they've never reached the
Most
high.
games don't. They get their release peak,
Well,
and then it kind of peters out. from
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, so
What's the average now? 50,000. You're saying? to play?
50,000. Sometimes we would actually go up to 100K, but that's like when a big update happens.
Oh,
Which, speaking of which, that's happening
okay.
tomorrow. There's going to be a big update tomorrow, and I'm going to be spending it playing D&D.
Every game developer is looking for their World of Warcraft live service,
Yeah.
where it's like 20 plus years of like great, awesome. Okay, I don't think it's awesome anymore. I think it went to shit after Cataclysm, but that's just me. But honestly, Cataclysm.
So
was
that
good.
picture you posted where that battle scene.
that's from Lionel Sharam.
Beautiful picture, man. God,
Yes.
that's great.
And by the way, that
Awesome
was
picture.
the day of, I believe, that's when it was posted, of the announcement of the new War Bond, which is the Master of Ceremonies.
So,
That looks
that,
so
is that
cool.
a a make believe battle scene, or is that really happened?
So that's the thing. So when you go onto a planet, right? There's hardly any Cepha or Sifa. That's just like the fastest way of saying the abbreviation of Super Earth Armed Forces, Sifa, and you see like bodies strewn all over the place from either the bots and from our side, just all over the place. So it's not typical.
That's a glorified picture.
That picture may have happened.
Oh,
may have had. What you?
You
What,
are you trying to light?
motherfucker?
You trying to light your cigarette? Then?
No, I was putting it back in my pocket. Give it back, bitch.
I just
Try to do a funny here.
Yeah,
that's
I
a,
know
that's
you
a
did.
that's a beautiful art.
It's very beautiful.
Oh my god.
And continuing on, those scenes probably do happen. I will say that, but we were pulling punches. We were having punches landed on us. We were actually fighting them back and all that. But during this time, end game, we were fighting the bots and the bugs. Try to get them off these planets so we could keep them. Now, on the outside, there was an ARG happening. And that's like augmented reality game or whatever the acronym would.
Augmented reality game.
Yeah.
ARG.
And it started off with a group of satellites. They're called stations, but a group of satellites, 81 all the way to 84. One of them goes out, 81, and it was up to us, Helldivers, to try to figure out the puzzles to make it work again. And there's probably like a shit ton of pictures all over me talking about this and all that.
If you send them to me, if you're awake when I'm editing it,
it's sitting in the Discord. It's sitting in the Discord. You can look in the Discord.
If he's
Jesus
awake.
fucking
I
Christ.
told you, man. You got to make his job easy. You can't.
I did make his job easy. He's just fucking
I
lazy.
am being lazy.
Oh, okay.
So
To be
continuing
fair,
on.
I'm being lazy. He's being lazy, but
Okay, whatever. Continuing.
keep going.
Cloud Plays. I talk about him a lot on this channel.
He's pretty cute.
I'm basically just piggybacking off his success at the moment. I'm not gonna do without crediting him first, but he has like day one to like the day that we managed to actually secure the ARG and actually show what 81 was looking at, and it's somewhere in the frame. I already have a video of it. I screen recorded it off the live stream, showing. He calls it blue. There is a hint of blue in it, but it's purple, sitting very far away
In the solar system.
Yeah, in the solar system, just showing something blue and purple. Now
It's a portal.
yes, the satellite also its last message before it just froze. It didn't freeze, but. His last message before just not saying anything else so far, it says SATCOM status STD out, system system station 81 online, tasking Meridia, SATCOM exit.
Dude, it's being hacked.
If it was being hacked, then we brought it back to our side.
It's been the viruses have been downloaded.
The virus has been downloaded.
They opened the portal.
There's a lot of people that speculate that Super Earth is being being mind controlled by the Illuminati.
Oh, I remember you talking about that.
That's Illuminati propaganda.
Yeah, I know that's Illuminati propaganda.
Illuminati propaganda.
But I will say this: I sent a couple screen recordings to him.
I'm going to
and
save one right now just to prove your ass that it's blue.
Shut up.
You're gonna did the blue on purpose.
No,
Yeah, that's exactly
I'm
what
not
he's going to
editing
do.
it.
No,
I'm
I do
literally taking
see-
the fucking
I
thing he
see-
sent me.
I saw blue.
I showed him.
Yeah,
I showed him
there's a
it.
little tint of purple, but you're saying that there's no stars that are purple.
That's what he's saying.
If you look at
On the
ultraviolet,
video, the video he showed me, it looked blue.
yes.
But there's purple. It's purple.
Now, why are you sticking with purple?
Because he wants it to be a fucking portal. He wants it to be
Oh.
illuminated. I understand. You want it to be something cool. I think it's literally just a JPEG that had a blue fucking star on it that you're like, it's purple. That's me.
But it's purple.
Okay, but I think it's a portal.
Save in chat.
Where do you get blue from? Purple.
So
I'm actually
lights.
wrong on that, by continuing.
Okay.
let's settle this later. Let's settle it later.
Yeah, you're going to lose. Continuing.
We're gonna do a trial by combat.
Nerd.
See if I can
Yeah,
find
okay.
Nerd, childlike combat. Childlike combat.
I kicked your ass, therefore it's blue.
I've talked about it on the channel. He gives me shit for it for some time, but the blame game in the Helldivers 2
No,
community.
no, I'm 100%. Like, I have a little caveat when you're done talking about
Okay.
this, but I think we're in agreement on this.
Yeah, I will say that the entire community of Helldivers, there's some people who are actually trying to do the thing, but there's a bunch of fucking shitters just like fucking up the actual bot that was supposed to do this ARG, and they're just saying right, left, and then for some reason somebody actually type in impregnate into the fucking code. I don't have a screenshot of it.
That's hilarious.
But somebody actually typed it in, and it said
Impregnate.
Setcom invalid byte
Impregnate.
impregnate.
That's hilarious.
Breeding for.
And I'm just sitting here like, dude, come on.
There's got to be a compilation of all the weird ones that made it. Like,
Yeah.
that made it
Oh,
into
my-
the code.
I'm just sitting here like, I'm actually like,
These are the developers letting the players
Yeah,
come in and fuck
I-
around.
I have my theory, but I wanted you guys to get all your stuff out first.
in
before-
one of Cloud Play's videos, there's actually a quote from one of the moderation team or community team, because they name themselves Satcom 1234, and the only reason why they did that is because they changed their profile pictures as well, their server profile pictures. They changed them to have these little dots, and those dots helped out with the last encryption type minigame.
parts of the puzzle.
Yeah, parts of the puzzle. And it's funny, but one of them, I think it was Setcom 2, I could be wrong on this, but somebody asked if they have faith in the Helldivers 2 community. And Setcom 2 was like, we do not have any faith in the Helldivers.
Yeah.
I kind of sat there, I was like, I agree with
So
you.
all right. You guys got your theory on it done?
I'm done.
Okay. So my theory on this whole ARG is that there was some guys that were like, all right, we need to plan out an ARG, and then when they were like actually sculpting it, they turned it into like one dude at the table was like, dude, you really think they're gonna be able to coordinate to complete this? This is really complex here. And the other guy's like, bet. So they made
Bet.
it even more complex and made it to where it was a test to see if they could actually work together for a shared interest, or if it's fucking they would be fucking around too much and too stupid to actually get it done.
Is this kind of like the?
I think it was a test.
So
Yeah, is it a test of let's test how stupid our community is?
I think so.
I think
Stupid
I think
masses.
they really because they could have done what they did with the charity donations thing, where they actually put like money on the line to donate to charity. And then I think people would have banded together, and there wouldn't have been as many people in the chat fucking it up intentionally.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
that
the thing is like when we're going to talk about Vernon Wells real quick. When we had to take care of like
That's a planet. Yep.
the Vernon Wells. When we had to do the things there for like this like super citizen and hospital for sick children, nobody knew that.
no one knew they were going to donate, but because
Nobody.
there's precedent in the past, then there could have been the idea that they would do it again.
Yeah, and they did it again. I don't think it was. I forgot what planet it was, but it was St. Andrew's Hospital for young sick adults. But I've never seen them do another donation. At least I haven't heard any news about it or whatever.
Right, but there's precedent, so they could
Yeah.
do it again. They could have announced they'd do it, and then that would have made I think that would have made the ARG go a lot more smooth.
That went.
That's why I think it was a test.
That was during the when the gas mines. I love the gas mines. Jesus Christ, they're
Gas
so
mines.
awesome.
Oh my god, he loves this thing.
Oh my god. But continuing on, I think the community is so fucking stupid in their own fucking stupidity. It's like a monkey with a typewriter.
Literally. Eventually, they will type out Shakespeare. Not really, but.
Yeah, they will type out Shakespeare at some
Yes,
point.
yeah.
Yeah,
But-
well, they mathematically proved that all the stars in the universe would burn out before that would happen, but
But this is basically it. This is when pigs fly. Like everybody was so fucking stupid that they actually fucking did it. That's basically it. Also, I don't have any pictures of the war bond, but they're probably up here
yeah, I'll
and all
put
that
it
type
up
of
in the
stuff.
ceremonial stuff.
I want to say
looks cool.
Yeah, I want to say something about this. Like I like doing this, especially with the segment here, because it's more like a time capsule. We're not going to get these out in time. It doesn't matter, but having these is really good.
It's really cool.
It's really cool because you get to see like the history of it and everything. I kind of wish we did this like earlier.
I'm also using this
This
to build up,
podcast earlier, I meant.
Oh yeah.
building up my editing portfolio a little bit more
Yeah.
too, with more professional stuff.
Yeah, well,
Professional.
professional, yes.
Well, when our DM mentioned, he gave me a compliment about the Leopard Wars.
Oh yeah,
Like he said, I look for a professional. I was like,
it does. Like
really? You guys really like it?
yes.
Okay.
It
The
is
amount
awesome.
I could see the amount of work and passion that went into that.
You see, but that was the problem with it when we're talking about filming is that when we did the podcast, it's like, no, man, just do it, send it, do it,
Just
send it,
send it.
just send it, just do it. And that was an example of, no, it's gotta look perfect, it's gotta look perfect, it's gotta look perfect, and we never fucking get it done.
But okay, so yeah, you were definitely leaning a little too much on the perfection side because from the test shots I saw, oh fuck yeah, that's cool.
That's just test shots. We're doing that.
Yeah.
So, I think we should. I would like to, if it could, we. I already know what you're gonna do with the.
Yeah, it's gonna be
So
awesome.
the one of
don't say it. Don't
yeah,
say it.
yeah,
It
check
has to
it.
be a surprise.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, it's
okay.
already up if this one's up. So check out
Yeah.
the intro on number 10. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
When are you?
That's what I wanted to put it on episode 10. It's like for the
This
temp
one,
intros.
the one,
What we were talking about.
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's the one I'm working on right now. But that's how far back
You know,
the
I
backlog
also
is.
just realized
Yeah, we're
too,
backlogging
like,
a bunch of stuff.
there's like different forms of artsy fartsy here.
Yeah.
Thank you, artsy fartsy. I write. You do movies and
Yeah,
all
I
that type
goon.
of stuff. And
I go.
Dude, that's what I'm
goons.
saying. I think we're once we keep doing this, right? Because I like doing this. But if we can, dude, I got the puppets, I got the weapons, I got the armor. We got there's in Central Canada. There's plenty of grass and there's plenty of all
Did you
kinds
say
of
Central Canada?
he did.
Central. We're in Central Canada. No,
Yeah, we moved.
We moved to the bunker.
but I'm saying like there's plenty of places out here we could definitely use these backgrounds for.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, dude, there's a lot to do with this, and it's like, man, I could totally do everything I wanted to do with the film out here somewhere. Like I could totally, yeah. Like I thought this project was like this project was in a coma, and I was like pulling the plug, and like it's a corpse. Okay, now let's bring it back to life. Basically.
Necromancy.
Yeah, necromancy, but to bring it back because I think it's possible because I still have the boat that I built that I want to blow up.
Yeah.
And you guys have seen the storyboards for Leopard Wars, and so
It's very professionally done.
Yeah.
I think whoever you had draw those.
no that guy was he actually tried to create his own comic at one time too. So I hired him, and I said try to keep it secret. Don't show anybody this. And I said after a certain time, yeah, go ahead and show it. I don't care. Because I said I didn't want to get the secret. I didn't want the. I think what
You didn't want someone stealing your concept. I get
yeah,
you.
but if it gets stolen, I don't care. It's like the idea behind it. It's just basically what I wanted to see was puppets with guns shooting each other and blowing them. That's all I wanted to see.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
The stupid story wasn't really good. It was a direct action. That's really what it was. And so that's what I wanted to do. But I think at least if you guys are into the film like I was or I am, that we could probably come up with some like story that would be cool. We can work on it. And then but once we have to come to an agreement, the thing is, yeah, okay, I've showed you the guy who did the crazy guy who did those puppets with trying to get to that base, and it's what was his name? Damn it, I forgot his name. But he had everything paper mache. Everything was made out of paper mache, and the guy was legit crazy. But he did this, and he had a show in Austin on the public access.
That's
And
cool.
It was some crazy stuff he was doing. It was really good, and that kind of what he was doing inspired me to do what I did. But he gave me the same advice back then too. Just do it, man. Just send it out. Just
Put
do
it out there.
Just put it out there. And
You
I was
can
and I didn't
always come back and
Yeah.
remaster it if you really
If
want
you
to
really
be a
wanted to,
perfectionist.
yeah.
But yeah.
But I think I want to get to. I think I'm past that point now. Like, yeah, let's just fucking do something. Because there's one scene I want to do where it was like kind of like the mastermind behind the whole thing, and the idea was like showing his little paw hands putting a puzzle together, and I had a little script where all the pieces are here. We just got to figure out how to put it together, like that kind of stuff. It's kind of like philosophy kind of bullshit, and we could easily build like a little room. And like a cardboard box room, and that's the set, and we can put it on tables. And now that I got the space for it, we can definitely like do this. And so there's plenty of silos we can go to above ground too, like those we can use. We could probably get access to, and farmland, whatever that kind of stuff, creeks, trees, forests. You name it, we could do it, and we can do this. But as far as like trying to hide us from behind and
using strings to control their hands and shit. That's the part I kind of was trying to figure out. How do we manipulate these guys? They're got to be close shots. A lot of them are going to be close shots, but we'll figure it out. But I want to get back into doing that. Yeah.
Well, what I've learned is it's insanely easy to remove fishing wire. Yeah, you can just like
If it shows,
If
it's
it-
okay. Yeah, I'm okay
it would
with
take up maybe like 1 or 2 pixels.
Yeah.
And so like olden days for like special effects, they'd go in and physically like X-Acto knife and like cut out the stuff they want.
Yeah.
And then like that's so much easier now that it's digital, where it's like I can almost automate the process at a certain point. But removing fishing line is not hard. Editing
That would be because there's other footage I have that I still have. We're just doing like test screening. The stuff we did with my cousin at UT when we're at UT filming. That I don't have access to that. That's gone probably. But there's other footage that I have on a hard drive, and hopefully the hard drive is still workable. But I'll reshoot the stuff again if I have to.
But did you bang it around, throw it, or something?
No. It's in a hard drive that I put away, but I was like, I don't know where the hell it's at. So my boxes
okay.
had
Finding
been
it,
3
yeah.
years in a silo, and I haven't been able to unpack shit. Like Jesus. So yeah, so I still have all that, but all the puppets, the armor, the rats, the mice, and everything. I still have all the props. Because that was the whole story behind it was, okay, in real life, they thought that rodentia, that rabbits were included in that, right? And then they realized later on, no, rabbits are actually separate from rodentia, so they're liparids. So the idea was that rodentia includes squirrels, mice, rats. There's another one, I forget.
Capybara.
I don't
That's a
know about that.
rodent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but we were focusing on the big ones, and the reason
The capybara
and-
is big.
They're big now.
but the rabbits were considered, or the liparids were considered part of that family, and so they actually no, they're a different family. So that was my story there, where they seceded and it started a war, and it was a rodentia rebellion basically.
Okay.
And so the mice were basically, I was using the SEAL team for the rats was called knockout mice. They're knockouts. And so with that in real life, they have mice that they genetically make. They're called knockout mice. And so they do tests on them, and their whole existence is to be guinea pigs, basically. These little mice.
If it's the mice I'm thinking of, where they're genetically
White.
they're also genetically modified to where their cells more replicate human cells, so that way
That's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand the genetic manipulation around that, but their cells in their body are more similar to human cells than other mice.
What's that? Henta. So Henta, the kill team was Henta 1. So Henta is rat pee and poop that's in a house that will poison you if you don't get away with it. So that was the team. The team of the mice was the Henta 1.
Henta one,
And so like
not
there's this-
hentai one, Henta one.
No, yeah. I didn't realize that. So Henta 1 was the kill team. And so for the rabbits, in the family of the rabbits is Liparid. Liparid is the family, and is rabbits and hares. And so the idea was that it was a jackalope, was the old, like the royals. That was a mix. So there's a trinity right there, right? It was the idea that the rabbits, hares, and jackalopes. And the jackalopes had the horns. And so the emperor is supposed to be a jackalope, but that kind of idea, that kind of thing. So that team, the SF team for them basically is black rabbits or black hares.
All I'm hearing in this is race war.
No, it is because they're different races. Yeah.
Helter skelter.
And then I had squirrels too, and the squirrel was French accent. And so the squirrels were like the French thing, and the mice were kind of like the American British kind of thing, and then the rabbits would be the Americans or whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you can always spot the squirrels out in the field because you can see the stink lines coming off.
So the only difference between a squirrel and a rat is that the squirrels have a fluffy tail. That's the only difference. So that's kind of the idea. So I had everything, and it was basically a direct action. Now the part I couldn't figure out towards the end of the story was that there was a portal on the island, and that it involved a plate being rotated, and then finally when it's boom, then there would be a portal. That was kind of the idea. So I couldn't. It was a direct action story. And there's traps, there's mice traps, there's a boat that we blow up too, there's a tank I had also that was going to blow up. There's all kinds of stuff that I had in the story that I had the script, but I don't think I'm not a writer, but I wasn't going to hand it to him or just tear it apart. What do you think? And then we can go from that and then come up with a script.
You definitely have something there.
There's some, yeah.
From what I've seen, you have pieces of this puzzle.
Yeah.
The next step is putting them together.
Yeah, that's the thing is
Hauton virus.
Henta. Yeah, Henta. Yeah,
Hunter is an A, not an E.
Henta.
Yeah.
Because when I typed it in, it opened up X videos, and I was like, whoa,
Oh,
God.
So it's Hanta. Hanta one. Hanta one was the kill team, and so that's kind of the idea. And there's also like the problem we had too was everything looks the same. We couldn't identify them. You couldn't tell them apart.
So yeah, making them more visually distinct.
Like when we watched the Warhammer secret level,
yeah.
they all look different. You can tell them apart. If you pay attention, you can tell them
slight
apart.
variations in the
Yeah,
armor,
and so that was the idea. That, and of course, that's when I came up with the whole runes with the Odin spear. The spear of Odin was their a signal, and so they kill one of the guys on the beach, one of the black hairs on the beach, and they say, "Oh shit, that's who's here," and that's when that's kind of like, "Oh fuck," and then the French squirrels tell him, "Do you know what you have here?" He goes, we shouldn't be. Like, it was like they were afraid of him. But the thing is that how come they're not attacking us? And he goes, why are they here? So they had no idea. The idea was there was a time in real life where the Americans lost a nuclear bomb.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
vaguely aware of that.
So I wanted to bring that story in to where a nuke went off by accident, right? And that was kind of the idea that there was a down plane. And Black Hairs were supposed to go in and either retrieve it or get rid of it. Hanta 1 got there, and it went off.
Oh.
And so that's what started the war. And so that's kind of like that. So it was like an accident. It was trying to cover it up. A war happened, and because the reason why too, because if you look at all mammals on the earth, 80% of them are mice. Of all mass mammals on the earth, 80% of them are mice. The 20% is everything else.
Okay.
So the idea too that when the speech is ridding them of there's too many of them.
Yeah. So it was kind of up the
it's
same
a
alley
race.
as you did.
Burn them all.
Burn them all. Burn. But yeah, that was kind of idea because they were trying to secede, and it was also I also spun it off. Watership Down.
Oh yeah, we talked
about that on the first episode. Yeah.
Was it the first episode?
Yes.
I think
So
so.
Watership Down was my inspiration for Prince Lafara, the Prince of a Thousand Enemies. And so that's kind of the idea is like everyone will hate you, everyone will be envious of you, and they'll come after you. But they'll have a hard time killing you though, because you were able to trick them and this and that and everything. So that's kind of so the Watership Down was an inspiration to do this. My military background to that, and just wanted to see rabbits blowing up mice, basically. So that's that was the whole thing was the idea for the story. But as far as like the script and story, there's a lot we can do with it. Because it was even where I had to where there's little baby rabbits, and the baby rabbits, and one of the lines was, "Is Daddy is the bad man coming to the house?" Like that. The way a kid talks and goes, and so that was when the rabbits and hares had to leave their home because they're being invaded by the mice, basically. And so they're bringing, they're destroying them. So it's like the Mongolian conquest, like that. So the Mongolian conquest almost wipe them out. They're able to push back, and then that was kind of the whole idea, because I was using the Mongolian conquest as the rats, basically, or the mice taking over, and then almost being destroyed, and then their portal was leaving to another world. That was kind of the idea too. So they all left. And so the idea was they had to close this portal before they came across also. And so the idea was that the moles people, the ones who made the portals.
Ooh.
That was kind of the idea too.
That's cool as shit.
So I was making up all this shit.
You got so much fucking shit there, dude.
Yeah, I wanted to make it into a comic book. That was the idea too, because to find these guys in Indonesia to draw the comics for me was really cheap.
Yeah.
So that was kind of because my buddy who's retired from the Air Force, he did a comic book, and it dealt with Jesse James being a vampire or something like that. He had a comic book that was really cool.
All right.
So that's when I kind of like, man, I could make this into a comic, but it would cost me $10,000. And so I was like, no, I don't want to go that route. And so I was like, I'd rather just like have what I have. But eventually, like, we will get to the point to where I can show you this. Okay, this is what I have. Tear it apart, And I've had people tear it apart, and it's gotten better. But again, like, it's still,
what I didn't do is I tried to work backwards from closing the portal, destroying the portal. Because that was the idea. When they get to the island and destroy the portal, they were going to nuke the island. That's the idea. They were going to go through the portal, nuke it, boom, and then that was it. They went to another world or whatever it was. And it was like a Stargate kind of shit too. I was stealing from a bunch of different sources to make the story.
I think you
basically.
keep it ambiguous where that portal ends up.
Yeah, we just like, is it a portal? Why are they there? And then the mice too. The idea was that they've like, why are they here? And it goes, this is the black site. That's the idea. But this island's not on the map. And it's not, so this island's not on the map.
Exactly.
And that was the idea too. That it was a black island also.
That'd be like the what was the name of that movie that we watched? The Gorge. Whatever it's called. Yes. It'd be like that, but
Yeah.
that
That's
one's a
pretty
little
cool.
bit different. I
That's a
don't
good
know
story.
how. I guess in
There was
your
a
universe they
nuke.
would have satellites and all that type of
Yeah,
shit.
you could camouflage, but there was a nuke there to put it down.
Just
Basically,
put it down. Just get.
and that's kind of the idea. Like, because I was always afraid that someone would steal the idea, but I haven't seen anyone come up with this story that I had. It's like, no one's stolen it, and probably it's so shitty that no one wants to steal it. That's what I was thinking too.
You've got stuff there.
But there's something there, and I just thought that now that I'm at a point in my life where I can actually finish it and do it in at a time, and definitely the locations we could definitely find. It's like, yeah, it could be done, and yeah, I want to do it, man. I want to eventually get it done, but we could do like just focus on the Emperor and just show that, and yeah,
Did you say Emperor?
Emperor.
God Emperor Trump.
Oh god, no.
And there's even different rabbits, like hares are the big ones. Rabbits. There's Argyle type of rabbits. There's different ones, and I even have a speech too. I have a speech. I have the entire speech.
Old man Argyle.
Yeah, it's all the different types of rabbits and how we've lost them. That kind of idea, like we're being wiped away. It's like a Jewish kind of like.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
They're the
again.
Jews. They're the ones being hunted. Everyone hates them.
They're no
jealous.
longer the chosen.
But they were technologically advanced. Yeah. Technologia.
I have one little thing, but it's honestly not going to take us to the 2-hour mark. We got about 10 minutes, but
Where are
just
we at now?
We're
One.
about 10 minutes, but
Oh my God.
but in order to meet our obligatory Dune tag, Dune
Yes.
timestamp,
Yeah.
I happened upon a video by William Osman. Shout out William Osman.
yeah, okay.
Beautiful YouTubing man. Him and Michael Reeves, both cool dudes. But is a video where he there's this phenomenon I was aware of, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together until I watched his video, and he doesn't put 2 and 2 together in the video either. I just don't know if he hasn't been blessed with the knowledge of Frank Herbert or what. But essentially, if you take pieces of metal and you line them up next to each other, honestly, you can distill it even smaller. You don't even need pieces of metal, but just different things that are different temperatures, like, and line them up next to each other, line strip, and you do every odd strip is hot and every even strip is cold. It creates a temperature differential right next to each other, and you put your typically you want to put like your soft flesh, like not your palm or anything, but like flesh here. You put it across those bars, and your nerves don't know what the fuck is going on because it's sensing cold and hot too close to each other.
Yeah.
So it immediately assumes your nervous system kicks in. It's like you're burning. Something is burning you right
The
now.
box.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
The box. Yeah.
The gum jabbar.
the gum jabar.
The test of the gum jabbar, the poison needle is the gum jabbar itself, but the
Oh,
test,
that's right, yeah.
the test is the box. He
Tesseract?
asked, what?
Is that the Tesseract? Is it?
No.
No, something else.
So the test, he asks like, "What's in the box?" And the fucking Bene Gesserit, she only replies, "Pain,"
Yeah.
because maybe that's all that it is in the box. Now they could be doing it through psychic methods, like the Bene Gesserit could just be psychically manipulating whatever. But I like to rationalize it like William Osman's box. This video here is that it's a strip of 2 different pieces of metal, and then a whole bunch of other sensory things to make you think you're experiencing pain, but in reality, it's not doing any damage at all.
Holy crap.
Would it be like?
Wow.
So you could simulate the test of the gum jabbar in real life with this method.
Wow.
I'm guessing I
But-
have like a poor interpretation of it. Is it like a placebo effect?
It's all okay. The inverse is called the nocebo effect, where
Okay.
you're not expecting anything to happen. Thus, it reduces the actual effect of the drug. That's the nocebo effect. It is a real phenomenon similar to the placebo effect, where you believe something good's going to happen, even though you were just given sugar pills, and you actually do see a boost.
Yeah. You can actually convince someone to
Gaslighting.
fight.
Well, no, it actually is in a positive way too.
Yeah.
You can, you gaslighting them to basically heal themselves.
Yes.
Power of suggestion. Yeah.
Yes, it works to some extent, but okay. Some people argue against this, but you're not going to placebo cancer away. Something like that.
No.
So to an extent, it works.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but
I think
that's
you
a cool little
posted
connection
that.
I saw.
You posted that somewhere?
I thought I put it in the Discord, but I'll send it to you again.
Yeah, I think it's where I saw that. I was
Oh,
like, what the hell is that?
also, in my thread, I have Mini Minuteman, his profile, his YouTube channel in there. In my
He's pretty funny. He's a funny guy.
I like his stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know how you would feel about him, but I didn't know you were watching him.
No, when I punched in, he didn't do Greco. He did Tomai, which is Shalanthropus. Shahelanthropus. Shadentus. He did one on him, and he did one on Roran. And his videos are really good, too. Those are really good videos. I like those. I like when he said, I know you listened to this podcast. And
That fucking
True
word.
Magnetic North. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, have fun trying to pronounce that fucking thing.
Yeah, that's not
Shahelanthropus Chadentus.
Shahelanthropus hidentus.
Shahel.
The only reason why I know about this word is because of Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Because there's a big fuck off Metal Gear. I wanted to say robot, but it's Metal Gear, and it's the only way to power it is either through telepathy and all this type of shit, or using child soldiers. But it's actually called Sahelanthropus. It's exactly like this.
You know what I was thinking also, because if you look at the skull they used for that, Tamil. What's his name? What's the name they gave him?
I'm not too sure.
But you remember in Superman
Oh, yeah.
when Russell Crowe was the father?
The father.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell Crowe was in
movies, making songs, fighting around the world.
Yeah, Russell Crowe. He played
That's from South Park, right?
Yeah,
Kal-El's.
that's South Park. That's old South Park.
Crab people, walk like crab, talk like people.
Tomai.
Copyright.
So
Oh, fuck,
Shalanthropus isn't it? So Tomai, the Tomai skull, if you look at it, it looks similar to the skull that he took from that museum, whatever. Because remember the Superman peoples, whatever, that they can make babies. Kryptonians can't make babies, so they use that skull as a source.
They can have children. It's just like
It's just forbidden.
It's just cringe as shit.
yeah, and that's what they made.
Intercourse? No, go
That's
to
what
your
they
goon
made
pod.
Kal-El, yeah. And so that little skull thing, he grabs it and puts it in the pod with him,
it's like that.
or puts it in his DNA.
Have you seen Demolition Man?
Yes.
It's so you brought up the gooning pod. So in Demolition Man was Sylvester Stallone and
Gooning pod.
what's that guy's name again that played Blade? Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah. So in the far future, by the way, there's like a corporal war type thing, and the only restaurant that exists, our restaurant that exists is Taco Bell.
As it should be.
Continuing on, they don't have like physical sex. They have
VR.
It's similar to like a brain dance from Cyberpunk. But I don't know how it exactly works, but it's through some sort of like telepathic means or whatever, and like they enter their dreams or whatever, and they still get off, I should say, because it activates some sort of fucking system inside your body. You're like, and all that type of shit.
It triggers stimuli that it simulates the act, therefore.
And
It's hilarious.
Sylvester Stallone's character fucking hates it. He's like, I want physical sex. He doesn't say that. And he's just like, this shit's dumb. Adrian.
I don't want to fuck my hard drive anymore.
Adrian. Sorry.
Like I was saying.
Yeah.
So you said you were playing Metal Gear Solid?
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah, well, I'm playing Woodcock Liquid over here, so get on my level.
Shut the fuck up.
Woodcock Liquid. Boom.
But I am not get if we do a podcast where I'm touching Metal Gear Solid 5, just shoot me.
That's where you draw the line?
Dude, the lore is so fucking convoluted.
The lore, dude.
The games are so out of sync, dude. It's just like, what's the first game? Where does it fit in the chronological order? all this type of shit.
Dude, I don't know anything about that game, and I think I've been gaslit into thinking that Duran Duran Invisible, like that,
It
that
was
song.
never in the game.
But because all the edits I've seen, I just assume it's like, okay, yeah, that must have came from one of
It's
the
the
games or
most
something.
Metal Gear song that's ever been made that's never been in Metal Gear.
Okay. I wouldn't know. I play Woodcock Liquid.
But The Man Who Sold the World is in there. That's a good song.
I like the Nirvana cover of that. That's a good song.
They did one? I didn't know that.
Yeah. When Kurt was still alive, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I feel bad for that guy. Maybe it'd be like
Yeah,
the
he
episode-
married fucking Courtney Love, so yeah, I'd feel bad too.
I mean, if he found the love of Haagen-Dazs, he would have survived. Another reference to not South Park, to Family Guy. Once we went back in time.
Family Guy Funny Moments 47. That's what's going to be recommended next to you in the algorithm. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were going to say something before I really interrupted you. I'm sorry.
You get,
Me?
what do you got?
No, I was going to ask you. You guys are religious. That's what I was going to.
Well, I think we answered that. Like, we
Yeah.
both have Christian values. It's just
Yeah.
we don't.
Well, I'd argue every American has Christian values, whether they know it or
It's a
not.
baseline.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us,
Yeah.
it's a baseline.
It's a good baseline.
It
Okay,
keeps
that's not.
society
That's
from
not.
crumbling.
That's nothing. Remember, we're talking. Tucker. Where are we at now? We're two.
We're at the 2 hour mark almost, but if you roll with it, roll
Okay,
with it.
so Tucker was saying. Remember how we said that we see evolution macroly.
Yeah, we
or
see
mi-
it on the minuscule level, but we don't know how the bat or the
Right.
shrew turns into the bat or however you said
That's
that. Yeah.
macro
Yeah.
and micro, right?
Yes.
So macro is big, micro is small.
Yes.
So when Tucker said that, this is what Weinstein said. He said, if you were to go to Italy, you'd be out of place because you can't speak the language and you don't know those customs and everything. And so
Typically,
that's an example of evolution. I was like, whoa. Like I was saying that.
Yeah, I could hear that argument. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was saying like they're so far apart, they've split from so far apart from each other that they've totally different, but they're similar. You can get along. They're Western, basically, you can get along with it. But like we were talking about Sherpas and Himalayas, how they can breathe in lighter air or less air.
Oh, yeah,
right.
yeah.
And that's a micro, and so we can't see macro, which is like the big evolutions. But if you look at it, going to Italy or going to Germany, or especially if you go to like say. Like just Africa or Asia, where it's very different, and you can't do certain things. That kind of thing. That's an example of evolution. Like they've been far enough from each other. Yeah.
I was about to look up that term again, but I remember it.
I think on the whole like compatibility thing with like language and being out of place, I don't see that so much as evolution. I see that as just different operating systems.
Yeah.
Like you can put different operating systems on the same hardware. It's just gonna be different based on that.
The only thing
operating
is a language barrier. That's the only
Yeah.
real difference. Some
system. Well,
customs
and
are similar.
culturally, yeah.
Because another thing too, he was saying like, remember how we were saying that it's the genetics of these guys that they have. The genetics is what's causing them to evolve to us, and so he was saying that genetics creates culture to make it develop faster. And I was like, whoa, that's right. Because you can have somebody from Brazil coming to America, and they start talking like a Southerner, and they adapt.
They adapt.
They adapt, and so
They acclimate, or
Yeah.
eventually they get ostracized and leave.
yeah. So it's like it's very surface. It's not very deep because deeper. We're all the same people. We're the same family. We're genetically identical to each other. With the Y chromosomes, that kind of stuff is different, but still we're saying one giant family. But that was really cool when he said that the genetics,
I'm having a stupid idea in my head.
but the genetics causes culture to develop faster. And I think that kind of made sense to me when he was saying that. I only watched like half the podcast.
Yeah, I still need to listen to it, but
It's really
I'm
good.
going off of
Yeah.
when he was on Joe Rogan talking about
that,
going
yeah.
to talk
So
to Tucker.
when
Really cool.
he said it's not a form of evolution, but it's like a different operating
Yeah,
system.
that's just how I see it.
I know that as you see it, but when you said that, it just reminded me of somebody. I don't remember who they are. I'm stealing this just to say it. But it was like if you you live in a perfectly good family or whatever, you get like the best updates, all this type of stuff, because you act like you're operating system and all that type of shit. But if you're an orphan, you're fucked. You get like random fucking firmware updates and all this type of shit. So
Yeah, you get the luck of the draw on that one.
I guess you could tell those two guys A and B to watch this one, and when it comes out, to see like, look, this we finally made it there, and you're still wrong. No. We don't descend from El Greco. I don't think so.
I think we come from donuts.
Donuts.
I think we evolved from a donut.
Yeah, the Earth is like a
The Earth is a trapezoidal
There we go.
donut. The moon is the hole. Let's get it right.
There you go. That's basically what the Earth is.
Stop spreading. People are gonna believe that. Stop spreading.
URT.
I live for spreading misinformation. Okay, I wake up in the morning and I go on Twitter and I blatantly tell someone that you should put feces on open wounds.
Sepsis.
I hope we don't get a fucking thing on the bottom of our.
Oh my god.
Talk to your doctor first.
Yes.
Before you rub feces on wounds.
Don't listen to YouTubers unless if they're actually like licensed
Yeah,
doctors.
I am not telling you anything that you should use for your life at all. This is all purely entertainment. Educational is not. I think we are under the entertainment
We're
category.
entertainment, but it's like
That's just because we can get away with more under the entertainment category.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's why we went with that. But
Factual entertainment.
most of the time,
we're historical fiction.
or actually, well, you guys want to wrap a bow on this, or you got anything else, or
I think we're good.
got anything to shout out? I was asking you.
No.
I
I'm glad
would-
you asked that too.
Yeah,
I would totally
We'll give you
shout
opportunity.
out, but I'm not going to because I haven't done anything yet, so I'm not going to shout it out.
So you have a other YouTube channel.
Yeah, but I'm not shouting it out because I haven't done anything with it.
You
Twitter.
I'm on Twitter.
or Twix or
Occasionally I tweet. Occasionally I get one that pops off with like 5 likes. I'm like, fucking doing
You know,
numbers.
you know what? I'll shout out my brother, Sardonic Reaper.
Sardonic Reaper.
Yeah.
Shout out Sardonic Reaper.
Yeah,
I did. I watched his repo gameplay. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty fun game.
Yeah, he's currently. I don't know if they're still currently doing this, but they're currently doing the editing and revisions of their Schedule 1 gameplay.
Oh.
That'd be pretty neat.
That's a drug dealing.
Yeah.
Shout out Schedule
That's
1.
a drug dealing game.
By the way, some of the names for their drugs, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the
They have
drug
a
name
se-
generator.
They made their own names, by the way, but they have a separate world for that. They're not showing that because some of the names I've heard, I'm sitting there just playing Helldivers, and then some of the names I'm like, dude, come on, this is so
bro,
gross.
you can't. You're gonna have to censor that, dude.
So who the next time we have a guest on, guest number 2?
Be Mushroom Boy, hopefully.
That's the idea. Would be bring Mushroom Boy on, but if we can bring on DM,
Yeah.
that would be cool too. I would love to talk to
Yeah.
him.
Sergeant
I haven't talked to
DM.
him in forever.
Because and not that I'm ashamed of all the other podcasts we've done, is that I think the
ones where we bring on
episode
people
11
and it's a little more serious, I do.
Yeah.
yeah.
because that episode 11 with Sergeant was like,
Sergeant Rockstar.
man, that was I was really happy with that one. I was really happy.
My grandfather, Sergeant Rockstar.
Yeah, because that's
I need to
what
finish up 10 so I can get started on that one.
Yeah.
because that's I'm pretty much like, yeah, that's when I really want to like push. Like, look at this one, and bring in other guys to talk about stuff because that like I told you, I talked to this old man that was in Korea. He had a BRM, and
BRM.
BRM,
Bar. You talking about the gun or
the gun, like the World War II.
Yeah, the bar.
The bar. Okay, BAR. Sorry, Mark. God dang it.
You're fine.
The BAR and like how he's a pilot. He was a pilot and everything. It was like that's why I like talking to old veterans, older guys, because it's not that I like old. Shut the hell
He
up.
loves older men.
No, because they have knowledge. They have knowledge.
Yeah,
they
more
have
mature.
yeah.
You want to know how I got this Lamborghini in my garage? Knowledge.
Stop. We are not invoking Ty Lopez now. Stop.
But yeah,
All right.
so that's what I'm saying. Like I like it's really the stories they have. Are I was at that pizza party earlier, and we were singing old songs.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And so this is the song my buddy who's a police officer. Okay, this is one song. So the we're the Beastie Boys, you're familiar with their songs, and the guy was named Keith, right? And so he pissed him off. He's a nerd, and he goes, "All Keith wants to do is give head, da 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 da, in the middle of the bed, da 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 da." So that he would do shit like that.
That's
He was
funny.
And when I was in the Alamo, there was this guy there. He was an extra like me, and he told me I went to jail. I go, "What'd you go to jail for?" Choking somebody, because like this, and he started singing a song too, and it was Easy Bocanegra was our he's an actor also, and he was he was the one holding the jar of balls on Roadhouse and Roadhouse from Tarantino and Quentin Tarantino and Rodriguez. Roadhouse in Monster Planet. There's the double feature movie he did. So he's the guy holding the jar of balls, right?
I'll put a photo up.
Yeah.
Ramirez.
So he
he was our commander during the Alamo, right? And he had a ball spot in the middle. So this guy, I forget his name, but he would say from Jenny on the Black, that song, and he'd go
J-Lo. Yeah.
J-Lo, and how'd the song go? It went I'm still Jenny from used to have a lot, now I have a little. Now I have a ball spot in the middle. And that was him making fun of his ball spot. I'm old Easy from the block.
Oh shit!
Used to have a lot, now I have a little. Now I have a ball spot in the middle. And it was just always like singing. Every time someone would sing these songs, it's just friends talking shit to each other, and it was a creative way. It's just hanging around with smart people that know how to sing.
Bust each other's balls.
Yes, it's fucking hilarious.
So we kind of overstayed a little bit, but I'm just going to mention this now. Since you brought up J-Lo, I just remembered the fucking song that Cartman was singing when he had Mitch. That type of shit. I'm like, Jesus.
God damn, South Park.
All right, continue. We got shout out Sonic Reaper, shout out Soggy Hog on Twitter.
Check me out.
And that's it.
Lisa Loggy.